was about 5:30 this morning that I walked into the radio studio. I stumbled into the lobby, and something caught my attention. Fester, you were making such like fat person chair noises over there and totally distracting me.
It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with the chair. I mean,
why don't you have a concrete bench poured over there?
Do I have a discrimination complaint with the company that they don't have chairs suitable for men of 350 pounds? I mean, it's not my fault.
Can I get back to my story now?
So what caught your eye at 5:30?
I walk into the radio studio lobby, and I noticed that there was an addition to the lobby. And I saw the item in the corner of the lobby, and I'm like, oh, my God, that is the saddest, most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life.
What was it?
Did you see our Christmas tree that somebody put? Oh, my God. Fester, are you signed on over here or no?
I am not. However, I will be shortly.
All right. I posted a video just now on my Instagram. So for the early crowd, you can check this out right now. This is absolutely ridiculous. Let me go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and bring up the audio here.
There's no bass. It's just
oh my God,
a stick, and it's leaning against the corner of the wall.
All right, folks, you got to take a look at this thing. I'm telling you right now, it's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. When you get a chance, yeah, you should be on Instagram. That's like really the only social media I use. Unless I post stuff on Facebook. Fester, you maintain the MJ Morning Show Facebook account, so I encourage you
Great job.
I encourage you to follow the social media that we use. So I use Instagram, my personal, and that's where most of the material goes, is Certified MJ Radio. The MJ Morning Show Instagram, we put things up there as well every single day. We put show video clips from MJ TV, so you need to follow both. And then, of course, we've got the MJ Morning Show Facebook page, which you should follow. But if you want to see, are people going to be sad? Or are people going to just crack up hysterically while looking at this? And then there's some mystery green twig coming out of the back of the Christmas tree. I don't know what the hell this is. Who put this up?
It's like a sad Charlie Brown tree, but I mean, it's not a horrible size. But why is it leaning against?
It has no stand.
Corner?
Where's the stand?
It's like a sad tree in the corner, just slumped over.
There's a stick. It's just the base stick is just on the lobby floor. There's no base. Again, I make that comment at the end of the video. I'm like, this is worse than Charlie Brown's tree.
Charlie Brown's tree at least had a base.
Oh, my, this is the most, I'm telling you, folks, I am not exaggerating. If you want to see just something that is pathetic beyond description, go to my Instagram, go to Certified MJ Radio, and take a look at our office lobby Christmas tree that went up sometime between after I left the studio yesterday morning after the MJ Morning Show and my arrival at about 5:30 this morning.
You know, maybe that's just a work in progress. Maybe it's just, this is stage one. It's whip. We talked about JIT yesterday to start the show. Let's talk whip. Work in progress.
It's stage 4. It's terminal. That's what it is. This is awful.
Is somebody looking for the base? I mean, do they need a search party?
Listen, all I know is that they put lights on the tree. There's some kind of mystery green twigs coming out of the back of the tree, which don't match anything.
They don't have lights on them.
Listen, go to my Instagram, take a look at this, and I think this is it. I mean, who puts up the tree with lights, you plug it in, and you don't put it in a base, and it's leaning against the corner wall of the lobby?
This is not good.
Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. And while you're there, give me a follow. If you don't follow my account, follow it. And, look back at some of my previous, 3,500 posts. There's some good entertaining stuff on there. Hey, if you follow me and you don't like my crap, then unfollow me. How about that? All right. What is this? Thursday morning here on the MJ Morning Show. Man, there's a lot of crazy stuff today. How about that United Healthcare CEO up in Manhattan?
That's nuts. It's like it's a murder mystery. It's tragedy.
The minute that I heard about this CEO, a 50-year-old CEO of United Healthcare.
Brian Thompson.
Yeah, the minute I heard about this yesterday, I'm like, and after they said that this was like not random, it was targeted, I'm like, this is a pissed off policyholder, or this is a pissed off customer. I'm like, the family was denied a claim.
Somebody
or
died.
A wife died, a child died, or was sick. And I'm like, this is absolutely targeted, and it's going to come down that whoever did this was pissed off because of a lack of coverage, a denial of payment, or some tragedy that they feel ensued. Now, of course, you don't handle a situation by assassinating and pumping bullets on a sidewalk in front. I've stayed at that hotel numerous times. I mean, I walked by that place. I've been on the sidewalk many times exactly. I've walked on the exact spot up in Manhattan.
It's right in Midtown, right?
Yeah, it is. Right where this occurred.
So he was tailing this guy for a while.
Well, listen, we'll get into this in more detail because there's some scary stuff. There were like etchings on the bullets. You guys don't know about this yet.
I don't know about the etchings.
So this came out late yesterday. There were etchings on the bullets, and there were words that were etched on the bullets which have significant meaning. Oh, this thing is insane. Then you've got like surveillance video of the assassin at a Starbucks, and his face is still covered, but you can see his nose. A very unique nose on this guy. It's like a white dude, and he's all bundled up, and he had a pretty unique backpack on. And then, listen, we'll get into this later on in more detail, and especially what was engraved, what was scrawled on the bullets, which is just, this is like something out of a movie. Crazy stuff. All right, and listen, they knew where he was going to be because they were having an investors meeting at this Hilton Hotel in Midtown Manhattan. So this was as targeted gets. All right, listen, that's just scratching the surface today. It's going to be a busy Thursday here on the MJ Morning Show as we just get started. 6:08, traffic's on. Let's grab Shriner with the latest. We're back in moments.
The slowing traffic on I-4 westbound has expanded. It pretty much begins around the pole. Really pick.
This is 104.7 FM. We are just over an hour away, so 1 hour and 10 minutes. Quickly, how many minutes would that be, Roxanne? Quickly.
70.
That is correct. 100% right. You passed the master's exam, and especially since you are an accountant, I'm glad that you were able to add that up.
Hey, guess what I just did? I just went and looked at the tree with my own eyeballs.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you weren't kidding. That's
No.
a sad sack of a tree.
Listen, this
Just like hunched over against the wall.
This video on my
know.
Instagram. Go look at my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, and look at the absolutely pathetic Christmas tree that was erected in our lobby. I mean, it's not even it's just leaning against the wall. All right, it's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. Take a look. We'll address this. We'll try to get to the bottom of this later on during the course of the show when some of the office folks start coming in. I want to find out who's responsible for that disaster.
It's like a tree that had a bad night at a bar.
Like
Slumped
God,
over,
it's just-
disheveled.
It's awful. I'm waiting for it to vomit.
Yeah. Vomit the holidays.
I'm waiting
Yes.
for the tree to puke all over the lobby floor. All right, so 70 minutes from now. Actually, now it's 69 minutes from now. So 1 hour and 9 minutes from right now, we will reveal the next Santa Sleigh List song. This has been a raging success. You know, the deal is that Santa Claus, when he's on the sleigh, he's got a playlist, but it's not a playlist because he's on a sleigh, so it's Santa's Sleigh List. And he's got some goofy songs on the sleigh list. And we started this on Monday. Monday's song was Macarena. Tuesday was Copacabana. Yesterday was Umbop. And what happens at 7:30 every morning, I will announce the song title from Santa's Sleigh List that you need to listen for. And when it plays, just be the seventh caller and you win $1,000. It's that easy. This is a local contest. This is not one of the national contests where people really win, but you're not competing against others, across the country. This is local only 104.7 FM Q105 listeners. So coming up, 7:30, I'll give you the new song to listen for, and it could happen anytime. For instance, yesterday morning, we announced Mbop by Hanson. We announced that at 7:30, and then we played the song at 9:30. It was during the MJ Morning Show. In the last couple of minutes of the show at 9:30, we played grabbed caller number 7, and boom, another $1,000 winner. And it was a Coast Guard.
Eric was his name, I think.
Eric the Coastie.
Yeah.
We had a Coast Guard guy that won. I mean, that was fantastic.
He took a couple of minutes to ignore the defense of our country to call in and win the money.
An armed forces member, a Coast Guard member, and he called in and won $1,000. That was fantastic. I was so happy to hear that the guy was in the U.S. Coast Guard. Gave him a grand. So 7:30 this morning, we'll give you the next song title. Listen to Q105, 104.7 FM. Spread the word and tell your friends about this. And someone's going to win another $1,000 today. So what songs are going to be? When's it going to play? Just keep listening and you'll find out everything you need to know to potentially win the grand. All right, so Fester.
Yes.
You also made a comment to me off the air as we were going into the last break that there is an addition at your house to the Elf on the Shelf this year.
It's a very exciting holiday season around the house. Tree goes up this
Is
weekend.
it a holly jolly Christmas? Man, I hope your Christmas tree looks better than that thing in the lobby over here.
Oh, we have a stand.
Oh, my God.
I mean, just by virtue of us actually having a stand for the Christmas tree, I think it would look better.
So you have the traditional Elf on the Shelf.
Yes.
And
The elf on the shelf's name is Ginger, by the way. So
Ginger.
Good morning, Ginger.
But the elf is a male.
Our male is non-binary. We don't identify it as a
Is it a
he or a
is it,
she.
so it's just a they or them?
It's Ginger. It's
Yeah,
just
well,
a Ginger.
I think of Ginger as more of a feminine name, but I guess Ginger could be a boy's name too.
It's-
Well, there's
any name.
sort of a derogatory term for a redhead.
Yeah, when you're saying they
is-
have no soul and then you call them a ginger, that's a derogatory term. But the name Ginger by itself is not a derogatory name.
No, but Ginger is a female name.
Okay.
From what show was she on?
Gilligan's Island.
Gilligan's Island.
Yeah. We don't identify Ginger.
Oh, you didn't know that
No, I
Ginger
started
was
I started to say Dukes of Hazzard, and I was like, no, that's it. It's Gilligan's
No,
Island.
no,
Same era.
Quite a difference between
I don't
Gilligan's
know. It
Island
was
and
like
Dukes
Daisy
of
Dukes,
Hazzard.
Ginger, it all
You know what? They did have an old Dodge Charger that had a horn that went da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The professor had that on Gilligan's Island.
He had it running on coconut fuel.
Coconut oil. Holy crap.
So Ginger has been the decade-long elf on the shelf that has come to our house.
Hold on, decade long? So you brought it when your daughter was 3?
Maybe even younger than that.
Okay,
yeah.
all right, that makes sense. Yeah, I think we probably introduced the elf on the shelf at our house about that. Oh, I'm sorry. I think the elf on the shelf magically appeared in our house when the kids were about 3. Yeah,
So
yeah.
Hadley,
Or when Chloe was 3, and then Julian obviously came later.
Hadley grew up with Ginger and loves Ginger.
Who named your elf Ginger?
Hadley did, of course.
Hadley, the
Okay,
first,
all
the
right.
first kid to see
Did
the
I miss
elf.
that? All right.
Well, that's the kids' name.
Yeah, the kids get to name the elf.
Right.
Because the elf doesn't get to tell you its, North Pole name, which is probably something like Gertrude or something.
Does Ginger play on the girls' volleyball team?
She might. We don't talk that much.
Just checking.
Ginger, whether it's a he or she, which I'm not
Right.
sure, is a silent observer
Okay.
of the chaos.
Right.
That is my house.
Right. That's your trip to the fridge.
Yeah.
Right.
Santa, he's going back again.
Right.
So this year, because directly of MJ Mystery merch,
Right.
do you remember we received a Snoop on a Stoop?
I don't remember that. Somebody sent us Snoop on the
I remember that.
last year.
One of the things we got, and it was in a package. Somebody sent the MJ Morning Show, us Snoop on the Stoop, which is essentially a Snoop Dogg elf on the shelf. And we kept it in the morning show office. And then a couple of months ago, I cleaned out the morning show office in protest, and I took Snoop home. And now Snoop magically appears with Ginger as a partner. I guess I kind of let the cat out of the bag on that one. But so anyway, in my house is the elf on the shelf, which magically appears from the North Pole every year, and it's also available at Walmart.
Right.
if you don't get one sent to you.
Elf on the shelf at Walmart.
And we have Snoop on the Stoop.
Elf on the shelf at your Hallmark card store. I think it's when they first showed up. Do they still have standalone Hallmark greeting card stores? Or did
good question.
Did those go by the wayside?
I feel like there used to be one at International Plaza,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it seems like a mall store. I think there was one in South Tampa near that Target.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
When we first moved to Tampa Bay in 1994, when Michelle and I first came over and I was hired by the Power Pig, there was a Hallmark store right next to the Publix on Gandy. There was like a bank. There was a Hallmark store and then the Publix, and this is the corner of Gandy and Dale Mabry where you have the Target, and then they knocked that whole complex down. They knocked the whole Publix down, a couple of years ago, and they rebuilt and reopened an all-new Publix at Gandy and Dale Mabry. But there used to be a standalone Hallmark greeting card store, and they sold the cards and all the knickknacks that you really don't even need, but they're for sale.
So it looks
Little
like there's
keepsakes.
a Hallmark store at Citrus Park Mall.
Yep.
Okay.
Amy's Hallmark shop.
Oh, look at that.
And there's one maybe at the Countryside Mall.
All right, so there are at least 2 remaining Hallmark stores, but they used to be all over the place.
Right.
Is West Shore Plaza looks like they might have one too for as long as that stays. Right?
I mean, they're dickless now at West Shore.
I mean, what's next?
Dick went away.
Poor Dick.
All right, so
So we got Snoop on the Stoop at the house.
Snoop is on the stoop. Oh, yeah. Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Is Snoop smoking a blunt?
So funny you should ask. So Snoop is smoking.
Hang on.
From the depths of the sea, back to the black
Snoop Dogg, Dogg. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
So this is Snoop on the Stoop. I just pulled him up. He has a little.
He does have a blunt in his mouth.
He's got some bling on.
Yeah, and Hudson is super excited every morning now, not to only find Ginger, but to find Snoop.
Right.
Now, he doesn't really know who Snoop is in his persona, but he acknowledges. He goes, "Daddy, look," and we can't touch Snoop, but Snoop is smoking a cigar.
Oh, no, he's not. Yeah. The bomb. The joint.
You should get a Martha Stewart doll too, and you could do funny things with
that's
Snoop and Martha.
That's the next thing.
The blunt.
I had no idea.
Right.
But there's the Snoop on a stoop. There's the elf on the shelf.
And then there's Martha the farter.
There's Martha on a mantle.
Oh, Martha on a mantle?
Look at this creepy ass
my
Martha Stewart doll.
I didn't know that. I was just making a joke.
Yeah, right?
When
Oh,
did
my
a,
goodness.
When did a Martha Stewart elf on the shelf come out?
This is the first year I've heard of it. When you teased last commercial break that Fester had something at the house, people guessed. They texted me, Martha on a mantle.
They should have put her in Danbury, Connecticut, Department of Corrections.
Yes. Little orange jumpsuit.
Jumpsuit.
Yes.
You know, when I'm 83 years old, I hope someone makes as flattering of a little figurine of me. I mean, that looks like a young doll, and Martha's 83.
Tell you what, Martha Stewart looks amazing.
She does.
Martha Stewart looks freaking amazing for her age.
And
It's
the fact that she's been incarcerated.
Yeah.
I mean, that ages you usually.
Well, it wasn't really hard time.
She didn't do 20
She didn't do a
years.
20-year stretch of hard time at Folsom or
I
something.
don't know. You don't get beauty treatments in
All
there.
right. So the elf on the shelf is joined by Snoop on the stoop.
Hudson's
and
super
your
excited.
son thinks that the joint that he's smoking is just a cigar.
Just a cigar.
Well, you can explain to them that a lot of times, a blunt is where you take a cigar and you cut it open, you hollow it out, and you put the wacky tobacco, you put the marijuana inside the guitar wrapper, the cigar wrapper.
So,
all right, just getting rolling here, folks. 6:32 at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, early morons in the news will roll next, and then less than an hour from right now, we'll give you the song title for the next Santa Slayla song and your chance to win $1,000. So, hey, busy Thursday here on the MJ Morning Show. And you know it, you love it, you can't live without it. It's the early morons in the news here on the MJ Morning Show. I love this story. A moron thought that he could run away from a cop. What did the cop do during a foot pursuit? Notice the kid's bike in a neighbor's yard, grabbed the bike and was able to jump on a kid's bike and run the suspect down. Run the perp down. Lone Tree, Colorado.
Can cops do that? Like you see in movies, they run up to people in cars and be like, police, I need your car.
This is an emergency. Yeah. I need to commandeer your car.
Can they commandeer a bike or a car like that?
Well, it didn't push the kid off the bike. Apparently
just laying there.
Found the bike and grabbed the bike. Yeah. What if it was like a Barbie car? You know, a little girl's Barbie.
Stop in the name of the law.
Yeah. So this cop out in Colorado, this is Lone Tree police officer Jacob Tarr, Tarr, was trying to apprehend a perp. Why? Committed a burglary, a theft in a Denver neighborhood. This is about a week ago or so. And the suspect took off on foot, started running, jumped over fences, stole a kid's motorized scooter to also, and so the perp stole a scooter. Then the body cam of the officer shows him jumping over a small green bike in the family yard. And then he's like, oh my God, I'm going to grab this bike. So then the cop gets on this small little kid's bike and he's like,
this is amazing.
Yeah.
It's like a little BMX looking bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
It's
like a bike a 7-year-old would have.
Yeah.
So he jumps on this bike and then he chases after the perp who grabs somebody else's scooter.
Here's Officer Tarr.
Yeah.
He looks really young.
Yeah.
He probably looked normal on the bike.
Roll the whole story back. Go to the beginning.
The whole story?
Yeah,
Okay.
roll. This
See what
is
they have to
from
say.
Fox 31 Denver.
Unconventional patrol vehicle.
Look at this.
Yeah, felony theft suspect recently getting away on a motorized scooter
Right.
when an officer in Lone Tree took matters into his own hands
Yeah.
on a child's bike.
Yeah.
Channel 2's Gabby Easterwood has this story tonight.
Funny to laugh about
Well, it
felony
was right
theft.
along this area of Omega Circle here in Lone Tree where that doorbell video picks up, showing that officer using some unusual tactics. It was all gas, no brakes.
Look at this.
And a wild ride for Officer Jacob Tarr
There he
last
is.
Saturday.
We thought it was just something out of a movie.
The pursuit started at a nearby store. Officer Tarr responded.
When I pulled on scene, I saw the male, I saw the loss prevention employee. He ran behind the back of the Coles. From there, he threw the clothes up into the air, kept running.
And that's where the body camera video picks up.
And we ran through a backyard. We ran over the top of the front gate into the front yard of the house. He then ran across the street.
Yep.
He grabbed a scooter that was laying in a front yard.
Yep.
And then he started to ride it down the hill.
Down that hill, straight past Shayla Lampton's residence.
Can I point something out? Apparently, a lot of stray toys in yards in Lone Tree, Colorado.
You know, I mean, kids, if you live in a community full of kids, you're going to see bikes
Yeah.
and basketballs and scooters.
Yeah.
Lone tree, lone toys.
Anyway.
Scattered about.
Yep. So they need to go to the island of misfit toys is what they need to do. Anyway,
I love those news reports. It was a wild ride.
that's funny stuff. Yeah. So Lone Tree Police Department, and he was able to chase the suspect down. Suspect had 3 outstanding warrants, including one for armed robbery, and was later hit with a felony theft charge. So, great story. All right, then we've got a couple of chicken joint stories. Now, full disclosure, I have a very small interest in PDQ. You know, the great fried, chicken sandwich and chicken tender place. And, so full disclosure on that.
Hey, fuller disclosure, I once dated a lady that worked at Popeyes. It wasn't a long relationship,
but
boy,
were there benefits?
Yeah,
You know what? Popeyes is a good product.
Yeah.
I like, just the traditional fried chicken. Get like a 3-piece spicy, a breast, a leg, a thigh. You get some of the Cajun rice on the side, one of their biscuits. Popeyes, the traditional fried chicken. I think Popeyes, Anthony Bourdain. Anthony Bourdain, that was one of his guilty pleasures. When Anthony Bourdain would come back to the United States.
Go to Popeyes?
Yep. So when Anthony Bourdain was globe hopping, and he was all over the place, and he's going to all these various countries, and he's eating all of this local, ethnic food. He's all over the place. And listen, that was a great job. And, when you look at all the Anthony Bourdain, the variations of the different series that he did, I mean, that was good stuff. I mean, the photography was fantastic. The writing, the descriptions were fantastic. Listen, I still am. I'm a big Anthony Bourdain fan. Why do he have to kill himself over that girl?
Because there was no Popeyes around.
Yeah, well, anyway, so the deal is that when Anthony Bourdain would come off of an international globe-trotting photo shoot for his TV shows, a lot of times he would go to Popeyes after eating all of that food all around the world, some market in Thailand, or, he's in
Wuhan eating bat heads.
He's eating what?
Yeah.
Bat heads?
Yeah, right. That's the deal.
He's
in
eating
Wuhan.
he's eating bat heads
Yeah.
in Wuhan
Yeah, right.
at a wet market, right?
But
when we come back to the United States, he'd go to Popeyes. That was one of his guilty pleasures.
well, I remember one of my guilty pleasures at Popeyes was Lucretia and the 2 thighs, red beans, and rice order.
All right.
That was the code.
Let me finish up my morons in the news. 2 interesting stories, and these are competitors of PDQ. Again, full disclosure, I have a little interest in the operation.
Is it a Church's fried chicken?
How much
store?
interest do you have?
Small interest. So, first one is Raising Cane's. A felony charge over a dipping sauce dispute at Raising Cane's.
So Raising Cane's have some rabid fans for their dipping sauce.
Man, imagine catching a felony charge over dipping sauce. Well, that's what happened. Right here in Florida, 31-year-old woman arrested for strong-arm robbery after she became hostile, both verbally and physically, after Raising Cane's employees failed to include 8 sauces in her mobile pickup order. According to court records, right here, Mackenzie Keeling retrieved her grub from a Raising Cane's in Clearwater, only to later discover that she was missing 8 packs of cane sauce.
Oh, they didn't put any cane
Yeah.
sauce in there.
Yeah. According to thesmokinggun.com, Keeling returned to the restaurant, spoke to a female manager who provided Keeling with the dipping sauce. However, the manager, Tatiana Herbert, declined Keeling's request that she be provided with extra sauces in return for wasting her time and gas.
That seems reasonable.
That's a reasonable request. So they didn't include the dipping sauces. She goes back to get the dipping sauces, and she wanted a couple of extras. You know what? I think if I were the manager, I would have made the decision to give her some extra dipping sauces.
I mean, manager Tatiana, I'm sure, has a very stressful and important job being the manager of the Raising Cane's.
Yeah. Is that on Gulf to Bay, right? Near US 19, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, so her sauce request was refused. Keeling became hostile, verbally and physically, began yelling inside the restaurant, disturbing staff and customers. According to the felony criminal complaint, during her alleged tirade, Keeling shot out her right hand with force and struck Herbert in the leg. She attacked the manager over the dipping sauce denial.
And then punches her leg?
Right. She then allegedly tried to tear off the victim's keys and Cane's ID from a lanyard attached to her belt. The victim was in fear, according to Clearwater police, adding that the sauce meltdown was witnessed by other employees, captured on the internal surveillance camera.
All right.
Keeling was arrested and booked into the Pinellas County Jail. She was released on Saturday on $2,500 bond. Her lawyer yesterday entered a not guilty plea on her behalf. Keeling's address is listed in court records as the waterfront Clearwater home of her parents, which is a $1.2 million home.
Okay.
And she's attacking Raising Cane's employees in Clearwater.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to the best part yet, though.
So Keeling's residence is about 10 miles from where the Raising Cane's is located.
So she had to go to pick it up, go home, go back. She's driven 30 miles, 40 miles round trip. She's a hero.
Yeah.
She's a hero.
You can't call her. She attacked a Raising Cane's employee. You can't call her a hero.
Listen, Batman attacked the Joker. I mean, listen, you do not.
I'll tell you what.
I'm
Hey,
Professor, she's a rainbow-haired, gem-faced hero.
I'm telling you right now. Hey, lady. Hey, what was her name again?
Keeling.
Mackenzie Keeling. Go to PDQ and they will not omit, they will not leave out your sauces.
And they have some good sauces there.
You'll get all the dipping sauces you want at PDQ, all right? Let's be crystal clear about that. And then her mugshot is
priceless.
Ridiculous. She's got blue and pink hair. You know what? Her head looks like a gender reveal that you can't quite decide whether it's a boy or a girl. She's got like that pink gender reveal on the bangs.
Yeah.
Then the side of her hair is blue, like a baby blue boy gender reveal. It's like, it's like she got, it's like those Predator guys that like video, like, guys trying to pick up young girls, and then they hit them with the gender reveal bombs. Have you seen those guys on YouTube? Anyway, what a mess.
She's a hero, Mackenzie.
And she's got like little glitter things all over her face too.
Sorry you've gone through this.
So we've got the Raising Cane story, and then there's a Zaxby's story. So hold on, I'm running late here. I don't want to get too late. When we get back, what the hell happened at Zaxby's? I'm glad there's no bad PDQ story in this pile, but something happened at Zaxby's. Hold on, I'll tell you about that and more next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. My friend... Rolling up on 7:03, it's the MJ Morning Show. So we are in the 7 o'clock hour. That means that we will reveal the next Santa Sleigh List song shortly, 7:30. So 27 minutes from right now, we'll give you the next song title to listen for. And, of course, these come from Santa's playlist on the sleigh. Hence, it's called the Sleigh List. And he's got some interesting songs. Like yesterday, we gave you Bop by Hanson, and then we actually played it during the MJ Morning Show just a couple hours later at 9:30, and someone won $1,000. So you could win $1,000. We'll give you the next song to listen for in minutes at 7:30, and then keep listening to 104.7 FM, Q105, and when it plays, be the seventh caller at 800-990-1047, and you'll win $1,000. Simple as that. All right, so we had the Raising Cane's. The woman was really raising Cane at Raising Cane's in Clearwater. Ended up with a felony rap for attacking the manager over a lack of dipping sauces.
It's a pretty egregious crime on behalf of the manager.
And then we've got a Zaxby's story. I'm just, as a small-time investor in PDQ, full disclosure, I'm just glad there are no PDQ stories in this pile. But then we have the Zaxby's story. Oh boy, this is also sort of a local story. This is up in the Villages.
A Zax attack in the Villages.
Well, Zaxby's shut down after roach found a chicken breading station.
Oh, it's not an altercation. It's an infestation.
I never indicated it was an attack.
I never said it was as I assumed.
I never said it was a Zax
didn't
attack.
Say you said.
Yeah.
We were just thinking food-centric,
yeah.
not roach-centric.
Yeah,
No.
from the Villages News, one of my favorite publications. An inspector shut down a Zaxby's restaurant after a live roach was found in the chicken breading station. Oh, man.
You know what? What's the big deal? I mean, it fries up, right? I mean, the fryer would kill anything.
Well, listen, in reality, do you know the amount of bug parts and rodent feces that we probably eat? There's an acceptable amount of insect parts
Per million parts of oats and flour and stuff.
I don't recall the exact number, but in flour and grains, and just imagine what really is all wedged up inside that stuff.
I read an article a couple of months ago how eating bugs will save humanity.
Oh, they've been saying that, dude.
Yeah.
I remember I was a kid in third freaking grade, and we used to have these SRA tests. Did you ever have the SRAs?
Yeah, I do remember an SRA test.
I remember SRAs when I was a kid. So this is mid-1970s.
I haven't heard that phrase in a while.
Yeah, SRA. I haven't thought about it in decades until Fester just brought up the whole roach thing.
Crickets will save the world with their protein, and they're easy to raise.
So SRAs, there was this big cardboard box in the classroom, and there were color-coded sections, and you would grab the SRA cards and read a story. It was all about reading comprehension
and arithmetic, standardized reading and arithmetic.
I don't remember math. All I remember was reading. And the SRA tests,
but that's what the A stands for.
Well, but these were not tests that were these were regular exercises that we did once a week maybe in the classroom. And again, based on your level and the teacher assigned your level, there were different color codes or folders inside the box, the yellow section, the green section, the blue section, the magenta section. They had all these different, but I don't remember any math. I only remember that maybe we only did the reading stuff, but there were passages you would read some kind of a story.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to deal with the reading comprehension questions. And one of the stories, Fester, was how we were going to start eating bugs. That was going to be a major. This is 1973, 1974.
I'm really impressed you can remember that.
And I remember this.
I
remember
made an impression.
Yeah, so it made a huge impression how we were going to start eating bugs, and Fester just brought it up. I remember also something about when I was a kid. I was like, oh my god, because I saw something about chocolate-covered crickets that were for sale. Anyway. So the inspector paid a visit on November 25th to the Zaxby's on State Road 44 in Wildwood, according to the Villages News, and ordered the eatery closed after several roaches were found, according to a report with the Department of Business and Professional Regulation. The roach activity in the restaurant included 3 live roaches in the apron mop head storage bins, 1 live roach at the chicken breading station, and 4 live roaches in a sticky trap near the ice machine.
Okay, so the trap did its job, and it's 4 other roaches? I'm surprised it's that few.
The inspector did return later that day and allowed the Zaxby's to reopen. But just interesting. Well, I've got a Zaxby's and a Raising Cane story, now albeit different types of stories, all in one day. And I'm very thankful there's no PDQ story in the pile.
Oh,
all right?
yeah, for sure.
This time.
The roaches do carry, salmonella, or they can.
It
Salmonella,
cooks out.
staphylococcus.
You're frying it at what?
Staphylococcus.
300 degrees?
That's how you say it.
That's like Paul. That's like Paul Lacoccus.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Roach, come back to my room. Hey, Fester, I got another food story for you.
Lay it on me.
And then I got a Wang story, man, that is, oof.
Hope that one's for me, too.
I got to know the Wang. Well, the Wang story's for all of humanity.
Okay.
All right, so hold on.
I've been saying that about my Wang all along.
All right, now yeah, how'd it go there, huh?
It's for all of humanity.
Listen, I don't know how I missed this, and I think this was last week. Do you know that an IHOP employee in Lakeland was fired trying to be nice to a homeless person that apparently was hungry? Did you see the story? I don't know how I missed this. And it popped up in my feed, and I'm like, this was like last week?
Sometimes news takes a little while to get onto the cycle.
All right, so let me give you the details on this. This is they call her a former IHOP worker, Victoria Hughes. And she did an interview with Channel 8, and I missed this last week. Victoria Hughes says she was fired from helping a hungry man who's down on his luck and was in need of assistance. Hughes said that she had worked at the Lakeland IHOP for 13 years and told News Channel 8 that a guy walked into the IHOP, said that he was very hungry, and said without a second thought, I brought him a stack of pancakes and made him a water. Hughes said that she informed her manager about the situation, and the manager fired her. He told me the reason behind him being upset was because it could cause a loitering issue or a safety issue for customers. That's what Hughes said when she was interviewed by Channel 8, adding the man returned later with a family who brought him in for another meal. So the family brought him back to actually pay for another meal. Yeah.
I think she paid for the first meal.
Yeah.
The first stack of pancakes.
Hughes, so this Victoria Hughes got a call from her manager on Tuesday. So this had happened Sunday, not this past Sunday, the Sunday prior, and the whole thing unfolded.
Well, last week was a holiday
yeah,
week.
So this was apparently this all unfolded like on Tuesday and Wednesday of Thanksgiving week.
Sure, we
and maybe we I probably missed the story because I wasn't in prep mode on Wednesday. And anyway, so she gets fired apparently over the phone for company policy violations for giving a homeless, hungry guy, or I don't know if the guy's homeless, but a guy in need who was hungry, giving him a stack of pancakes.
Doesn't this maybe warrant a warning of some kind? A 13-year employee?
Yeah, you would think.
Victoria Hughes said that despite losing her job, she would have done the same exact thing.
Sure.
And listen, the holidays are ahead. And she said she would have done the exact same thing, would not have done anything different. She said, you know what? I need my job, but I would still do it again. She told Channel 8, I truly would. I would still help somebody if I could. If he asked me for my shirt, I probably would have tried to give him that too.
Oh, I should have asked for her shirt.
Oh, man, braless in the, or a bra in the IHOP.
Yeah, right.
Or what if she was braless?
You know,
takes her shirt off, gives it to the guy.
This Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity pancake was great, but you know what I really need? I need you to take that shirt off for me.
Let those puppies breathe inside the IHOP.
And really make me feel great.
So she said she'd do it all over again. But listen to this. After the story made the media, she got a call from IHOP corporate offices.
As you would expect.
Yeah.
IHOP corporate offices call up Victoria Hughes out in Lakeland, offering her job back, compensation for the days that she missed work.
Give her compensation for the year. Come on.
Yeah. Sunshine Restaurant Partners. I would imagine maybe that's the IHOP franchisee that operates the Lakeland store. They said, quote, they put a statement out. We are committed to providing an inclusive environment, welcome to everyone. As we actively investigate the situation, we will utilize this as an opportunity to train our employees on how to approach instances surrounding food insecurity, according to the CEO of Sunshine Restaurant Partners, Dan Ania. To continue our commitment to supporting those in need in our local community, we're making a donation to Feeding America as well as local Lakeland charities that support food insecurity.
Okay, it sounds like the manager needs the most training here.
Yeah, exactly.
It does. I wonder if the manager is going to get fired. Anyway.
See, you need good employees like that. You need good people working for you.
So Victoria Hughes says that she just needs a little time to consider whether she wants to go back to work at this particular IHOP, and she's going to make a decision after spending time with her family for Thanksgiving. Now
Village Inn is in a bidding war. Who's going to hire Victoria?
Oh yeah. Or
they're offering her a good job.
I'm sure Kiki's on Southdale Mabry will hire her.
Kiki's is delicious.
Heck of a track. So these Sunshine Restaurant Partners, they run 150 different IHOP locations.
Let me tell you right now that Kiki's has some big fluffy pancakes.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
All right. So
Hey, listen,
Yes,
First
they're
Watch
so
is
fluffy.
First Watch is another.
Oh, I
yes,
love that.
yes, Fester.
pancakes are like the cheapest thing on their menu, and then not the price menu. For them to make a ladle of batter is pennies. So for them to give something to someone,
But then, Fester, listen, let's not forget all the overhead costs.
No, but
electricity, insurance.
if they're going to talk about the insecurities of food in the area, you give somebody a couple of pancakes and a cup of water.
So what were you saying about Sunshine Partners?
They own a lot of IHOPs, 150 different locations they run. So maybe she can become the boss of the the Winter Haven branch.
Now, I do not have an update. I don't know if Victoria Hughes, if you're listening, or if anyone knows Victoria Hughes, did Victoria? You know what? Maybe we just ought to call the. We ought to just call the IHOP, and see if Victoria's there. Let's see if she went back to the Lakeland IHOP.
This would be middle of breakfast. She'd probably be busy right now.
Yeah. All right. Oh, Jacob's on the phone.
Okay.
Listen, when Jacob calls, I'll grab his call. Jacob 2 times. Hey, Jacob, welcome back to the MJ Morning Show. Oh, hold on, Jake. I got the Wang story. I got to get to that in a second.
How are you doing this morning?
Hey, Jacob, what can we do for you this morning? Welcome back.
Yes. I was thinking, because you said that you could put the old MJ Morning Show on the air somewhere, I was thinking maybe you guys could create your own radio station for iHeartRadio and call it the MJ Morning Show station, so then I can get to so then I can get to your guys' show anytime, on iHeartRadio.
Are you thinking like the MJ replay where we just broadcast old episodes of the morning show on a loop?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That's a good idea. Just grab old. Well, listen, as you know, Jacob, we are podcast every day. So by 11 a.m. every day, if you miss, now, do you listen to our show cover to cover? Do you listen from 6 a.m. until the end at about 9:49?
Well, I listened to it until about 9:49. Yes.
Okay. So you listen to the entire show every day, or do you miss pieces of the show?
Well, only if I go to the center on parts of the show and see and I take my cell phone with me, and I do listen to your guys' show on my cell phone.
Well, the point is, though, if you ever miss any portions of the show, by 11 a.m. every day, this show is chopped up, compressed, and completely podcast. All 4 hours are put together every day on a podcast, and we're on all of the major podcast platforms. You just search for MJ Morning Show on Q105. But I see what you're saying. Maybe just have like a random loop of just old shows to just play on a channel. Well, see, now we are on the iHeart app. We're on the Odyssey app. We're on the TuneIn app.
But those are live shows. Those are that day's shows and in the archive.
Right. But the deal is, see, we're not an iHeart station. We're not an Odyssey station. We're a Beasley Media Group station. But we're on those other apps. We're on those platforms. So I don't know if we would get our own. I don't think we can get our own channel on those. I think you've got to be like a part of that company to get your own like specialty channel. Yeah. But listen, Jacob, hey, I love the way you think, man. I love the way you're thinking out of the box. I think it's a brilliant idea, buddy.
I was just saying that because I heard you say that on your old MJ Morning Show podcast. Maybe you could put it. Maybe you guys could put the old MJ Morning Show on the air somewhere.
Yeah. Now listen, old episodes like, hey, and here's an episode from August 12th of 2008.
You don't even intro it. You just play it.
That'd be great. Hey, Jacob, good idea, buddy. Hey, have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Think about MJ Kelly and let me know if it's a good idea or not, okay? And text me back with the idea, Uncle Fetzer, okay? Because I texted you that idea the other day, Uncle Fetzer. And
hold on. Whoa. Hold on. He texted you the idea and you didn't text him back?
Yeah, listen, Jacob,
what the hell's the matter with you, Fester? Jacob gets priority around here. Jacob, I got to run because I'm up against the clock. I'll talk to you soon.
Jacob does talk to text, and sometimes the text is repeating itself. I just have to blow it off.
Tampa Bay's biggest radio listener, Jacob, 2 times. So thank you, Jacob. Always great to hear from you. 7:19 at the MJ Morning Show. We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. We will reveal in 11 minutes the new song title for Santa's Sleigh List. Your chance to win $1,000 today. Here on 104.7 FM. Well, you got a lot of stuff coming up. I don't even have time now to tease everything that's coming up. But don't miss nonstop 1 hour, 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. 7 at the MJ Morning Show. 3 minutes from right now. The clock is tick, 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 ticking. Like my biological clock is just tick, 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 ticking. 3 minutes away. What are you laughing at?
Because I'm just having a flashback. I used to go to my reproductive fertility clinic when I was trying to get pregnant with my first child. And there was this traffic light that I would sit at to turn into their plaza. And it would always make me late because it was like the longest traffic light. And I would call their office and say, I'm sitting here at your traffic light. My biological clock is ticking.
Tick, 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 tick. You know what that's from? You know what I'm doing a play on, right?
Well, I mean, I understand the phrase, but what's the tick, tick, tick?
No, I'm imitating. Where the hell did Fester go?
Yeah, listen to what he has going on over here. He has a coffee bar like you would not believe. He's got 3, take a look. He's got 3 giant cups of coffee. And I just said, I'd like to come to your coffee bar, Fester. Would you get me a cup too?
Wait a second.
We're playing Starbucks over here.
We're coming back from commercial, and you walk out of the room, Fester.
Yeah, he thought you were going to play a song.
I'm not playing a song here. What are you doing?
Turn this mic on. I didn't think that at all. Listen, you're going to talk for the first minute of the segment.
Yeah.
Follow my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio.
Stop it.
An hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ coming up right now.
You just should have heard what we just talked about.
It's almost time for the Santa sleigh list.
Yeah, that's where he was
Where
going.
the hell is Fester?
Yeah,
We can't proceed without him.
How did you know exactly what we said?
All right, Fester, you missed me talking about my biological clock. Tick, 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 ticking. And Roxanne doesn't know what that's from.
My biological clock is ticking, and where the hell is Fester? Damn it.
I just thought it was a generic thing, like that women say if you're
No, it's Marissa Tomei and
my cousin
Vinny.
Oh, that's the original place.
That's where I first heard about the biological clock tick, 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 ticking, or whatever the line actually was.
Did they invent that line in the movie? Or I think it was always a thing.
I don't think. No, people have talked about that, but it's the first time I ever heard it presented in that fashion, is what I'm saying. All right. Man, we got a lot of stuff to do here. It is. Oh, look at the time.
Look at the time.
It is creeping up on 7:30. And
Wait,
you know
but
what?
first, Fester, may I have a venti latte
All right,
frappuccino
please.
double caramel cream, please,
What
Mr.
name would
Coffee
you-
Bar?
What name can I write on your cup?
You can write Rox.
Okay.
It is time for the Santa Sleigh List song of the day. Santa on his sleigh has a playlist that keeps him entertained as he's cruising through the sky, and it's a very interesting playlist. And if you listen later today, at some point, this song is going to play. When you hear this particular song play, just be the seventh caller at 800-990-1047 and win $1,000. So what song am I about to reveal right now that will play sometime guaranteed today? The song you're listening for is Everybody Was Kung Fu Fighting.
What? That's what Santa's rocking out to?
That's what Santa's rocking out to. All right, so the next song is Kung Fu Fighting. When you hear Kung Fu Fighting, be the seventh caller, 800-990-1047, and win $1,000. This is a local-only contest, only on 104.7 FM, only on Q105. And good luck. Guaranteed to play sometime today, Kung Fu Fighting, $1,000 if you're caller 7. So keep listening, and good luck. As the people love this Santa Sleigh List contest.
You know what? Roxanne loves the cup of coffee I just made her.
I do. Look.
All right,
it even has. It
guys,
even has
please.
rocks.
I even wrote her name on it.
Stop. I don't. Please stop with the
This
coffee
is
stuff.
Starbucks
Please,
bar over here.
please,
Just
sir,
because you don't like
you're
coffee,
holding
you
up
don't
the
have to
line,
hate on
sir.
us.
Hey, Festa, you know what I'm more concerned with?
Tell me.
Obese drivers are 80% more likely to die in a car accident than drivers that are not overweight.
I'm not concerned with that at all.
And I think that's counterintuitive.
Yeah, I think that is false. I think that's fake news.
All right, well, I'll tell you, why don't you look this up and do some research? New research is out, 80% higher chance, more likely to die in a car crash if you're obese. And listen, I've been concerned about your weight since I first met you in 1996.
So, who conducted this study? The Institute of Skinny People?
Listen, I don't have time to go into all of the
Facts.
all of the appendixes here. All right.
No, Ozempic did the study,
Yes.
and they have some skin in the game,
Yeah,
don't they?
right? It sounds like something that, Buongiorno came up with or something. Listen, I tell you, fat people,
Yeah.
It's like an airbag, right?
yeah, it's like you're a built-in airbag. There's less
Yeah,
range of
yeah.
motion.
Tell you what, you keep thinking that. No, the science disproves that. You've got a higher chance of dying. I need the Wegovy jingle now. And you know what? Manjaro does not have a jingle. I've not heard any catchy song. You know, Wegovy's got Wegovy, and then like the choir singing Wegovy.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard. Look, you got this catchy Ozempic thing based on Pilot's song Magic from like 1976.
Mangiano knows that fat diabetics don't all like catchy jingles. All right.
Anyway, listen, Fester, why don't you on your own time look this study up? And it's, I think, a big incentive for you to try to finally lose some weight, because as you tool around in your 2010 Fat Cat Cadillac, your land barge.
My car is made for fat people.
I just want to, I mean, this study doesn't make sense. Picture a helmet that is used to protect a head. Is the helmet just a hard shell? No, it's got padding inside, right?
It protects
Same
my
thing.
organs.
Right. Wouldn't the padding, do you want to just have a rib cage and get into an accident, or do you want to have
All
a
right.
nice layer of
This is
something
fake. You know
around
what? Fake
around the
news.
rib cage?
You know
It's
what?
common sense.
It's not. Just do the research, read the new report on obesity and your chance of surviving car accidents. But you just mentioned helmet. And it's very funny you mentioned helmet, because we have more information on that maniac that smashed into USAA in Tampa.
What is his name? Helmet?
No, he put on a helmet before he drove through the place like a demolition derby driver.
Oh.
We were wondering if it was deliberate.
Oh, yeah, dude, I said yesterday it was deliberate. All right, we have more information on this nutcase. This guy had a beef with USAA. I'm telling you, I'm the opposite. I have no beef with USAA. I am thrilled with USAA because of the way they handled the claim on our BMW X5 that got flooded out during Helene.
Last 48 hours has been a lot of illegal insurance company retribution.
Listen, we're going to get into that whole situation with United Healthcare.
Oh, my gosh.
That is a crazy story. And, folks, there are new details to the assassination of the CEO of United Healthcare on a sidewalk in Manhattan yesterday morning. More details have emerged, so we'll get to that coming up in just a bit. But the latest, and this is from Tampa Bay Times, that Tampa police have arrested a man accused of intentionally driving his pickup truck into USAA's building in Tampa Palms. Robert Beatty, 70, of Tampa, arrived at the guard gate demanding to speak with a USAA representative. This is on Tuesday afternoon. The guards refused to let him inside. He then strapped on a helmet and jammed on the... My God. So guards refused to let him inside. He puts the helmet on, then drove recklessly through the parking garage, according to the Tampa Police Department after-action report. Police said that Beatty, or Beatty, it's B-E-A-T-Y, then smashed his Chevy Silverado, a red pickup, into numerous fences before a USAA marked security truck tried to block him. So a USAA on the campus, I guess, has a...
They have security.
Yeah, they have an SUV, USAA security. They tried to block him. Damages to the property estimated to be at least $150,000. And then I was asking, I would imagine that Mr. Beatty's insurance company is responsible. Remember, we were asking if he's got Flo. Maybe he's got Progressive. I want to see Flo show up in her little white outfit. And
if I was Flo, I wouldn't cover it.
And who's Flo's sidekick? The guy you want to throat punch? Who's that guy?
Yeah.
What's it, Chad or something? Or what's his name?
His name?
I don't know.
What? No, he's got a name.
Yeah, I know. I try to think. I don't
what's
know.
his name?
I'm trying to look it up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, he looks that up. MJ, I'm sorry. I'm having a quick mental disorder. Yeah. Just give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
All right, that's fine.
All
right.
I'm having nomophobia.
All right, go ahead. Oh, Jamie. I'm sorry. So, yes.
Jamie, yes.
Thank you, Ryan. So, Flo's sidekick on the Progressive commercials is Jamie.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to hit that guy. I don't know what it is. I just want to punch him. So, I wonder if USAA will now go after this maniac's insurance company for the damage.
I mean, he would.
Does USAA have an insurance company?
That's what I was thinking. Who are their provider?
I mean, somebody's got to hold their
themselves.
No, I'm sure they self-insure. I'm sure they're completely self-insured. But so, I mean, this is nuts. So the security SUV from USAA tries to block the guy in, and then he reverses and then intentionally smashes into the USAA security vehicle.
That's awful.
Yeah, this guy is just a nut. So clearly he's pissed off at something. I'm the complete opposite. I couldn't be happier with USAA and how they handled our claim.
Yes.
Did you write a good review for them?
No, I should, though.
You should.
On the smashing through the front gate rating, you're marked very low.
Yeah, this happened 2 p.m. Tuesday. Then, remember, we talked about this yesterday. Then they found him up on the 3rd floor of the parking garage.
He's just waiting to be arrested. He knows he's going to jail.
Took him into custody. News release from TPD said that fortunately no one sustained any injuries. Mr. Beatty, or Beatty, was taken to the Orient Road jail and charged with 4 felonies. 2 counts of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, the car, the pickup truck, burglary of an occupied structure, and criminal mischief of $1,000 or more. And last we saw, Beatty was being held without bond. Investigators do not believe that Beatty's a former employee of USAA. He must have had some kind of claim dispute, which I mean, USAA has a great reputation for standing with their members, their customers, and settling claims. Again, I have heard nightmare stories from like friends, listeners regarding the rigmarole and the hoops and the stress that insurance companies are putting people through after Helene and Milton. And USAA, for our claim, was like no questions asked. They actually totaled our vehicle. The BMW store, the service department, they just wanted to fix it and put a new starter in, and USAA, their appraiser went out to the shop, pulled up the carpet and said, "Nope, it doesn't look like there's water inside." But they ripped up the carpet and they saw it was all wet underneath in the car.
Yep.
They said, "Nope, we're totaling this thing.
We're going to have to total it. The only thing this car is good for is ramming through a gate."
So I want to do the opposite of ram my vehicle through USAA up in North Tampa.
Oh, you want to help him rebuild?
I want to do the opposite of that. But man, this guy, I mean, to put on a helmet, I mean, clearly he knew he was going to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a helmet to put on, like he's a race car driver. What if he had what's that neck system that they installed after
Earnhardt?
After Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah.
The Hans system.
I don't
or
think
something?
he had a Hans system.
You don't think
his,
so?
Silverado.
Yeah, the Hans system.
Oh my God, what a mess. But I just see this guy like this codger, this putting a helmet on and then ramming his car through USAA's building. Oh my God. All right, so I have a couple of medical things. Remember I said a little while ago I had a Wang story?
Oh, yeah.
How much is a Wang worth?
That's for you guys to answer.
Are you a buyer or a seller?
You know what? This is like a new game show. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for How Much is a Wang Worth? Would you believe this guy's Wang was worth $412 million? Yeah.
Wow, that's a Wang.
Yeah, that's an impressive Wang right there.
Was it dipped in gold or something?
You know what? Just might have been. I know. So this is amazing. This could be the biggest medical payout in history, according to the story that I saw. A guy out in New Mexico was awarded possibly the biggest medical payout in world history after doctors completely ruined his penis.
Oh. Tell me the guy's like 80.
What are you dropping over there? You're making
I just
all morning long. You're just making an inordinate amount of noise.
No, I'm not. What are you talking about?
All right, we got a 7. All right.
I had to leave earlier, MJ, because I couldn't find my phone, and I told you I was having a mental disorder. It's a serious mental disorder. No
phone phobia.
Yeah, it's
no
a
phobia. No
clinical thing.
phobia.
Yes, but I got it back, so I'm good.
All right, well, stop. All right, 70.
Sorry, that last one was accident.
All right, 72-year-old patient from New Mexico has not been named, is going to receive over $412 million from New Male Medical Center in Albuquerque. Talking about making a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
Yeah, they made him a new male. All
yeah,
right.
let me ask you guys a question. For $412 million, would you give up your Wang? That's the question.
I'd say right now.
Then you start to say maybe that isn't the right. Maybe that price is too low.
I'll give up half of it for $200 million.
So this guy goes to New Male Medical in Albuquerque to help his Wang, and apparently they completely ruined his Wang.
That's inexcusable.
First of all, how does New Male Medical have $412 million? I don't think they have that kind of money.
See, that's the thing.
Or let's say they have insurance. They have coverage? Their insurance company is going to cover a $412 million judgment?
We're going to take the $500 million policy in case we slice somebody's junk off.
Anyway, so apparently he's going to he's been awarded the money. Whether he gets the money, that's a whole different story. After a series of invasive erectile dysfunction shots caused him irreversible harm to his unit. Back in 2017, this took a while for it to make its way through the courts.
Looks like a lot of things have been taking a while on that guy.
In 2017, he was then 66 years old. He sought treatment for fatigue and weight loss. According to the lawsuit, which was filed in 2020, he was misdiagnosed as having erectile dysfunction and sold on the clinic's $5,000 treatment program, which involved erectile dysfunction injections multiple times a week. Also included testosterone pellet implantation, I should say.
Okay.
A medical assistant provided the medicine, including reversal medicine, taught him how to inject them at home. But he eventually determined the medications weren't working, so he returned for a follow-up. After his technique was criticized, a physician assistant went on to demonstrate the actual injection process into the wang and then sent them home with a medically induced unnecessary erection. It wouldn't go away, and then he was required to have emergency surgery. The man has now been left impotent, unable to have, the thing going up. He cannot urinate standing up, has irreversible fibrosis of the penis, scar tissue. Anyway, this guy gets a payout of $412 million. Keith Bruno, one of the man's attorneys, said New Male falsely marketed its clinic as a male health and wellness center and took advantage of it. I was just amazed at a $412 million judgment here.
Yes, I'm Keith Bruno from Bruno and Bruno. For the boners, listen, my customer, my clients have suffered irreparable damage here. I present to you Exhibit A, his scarred up wiener.
All right, moving along.
He will forever be a sip here.
All right, speaking of body parts, and again, it's social media. And now that we're talking about a guy, now let's talk about a woman.
How much did she get for her wine?
No. Listen.
She a new male now.
All right. You're not going to increase your boobs naturally by using a certain remedy or a certain, and this is, I heard this, and we talked about this probably 20 years ago on the MJ Morning Show. And, a lot of crap just makes it, into a cycle, and, old stuff comes back. You know what the latest is? On, and this is going on social media, Instagram Reels, TikToks, the whole women, if you want to increase your bust size, take bee pollen. There is zero. And this came up in my feed, and then I said, why did this come up? And then I found a couple of stories that it's making its rounds again. No.
You'll go from an A to a B cup. Maybe take a bee pollen.
Oh, God, B. I get it.
That's about it.
Yeah. If you take bee pollen, it is not going to naturally increase your breasts. There is zero
if you keister it
scientific evidence.
Yes.
Zero scientific evidence that bee pollen will increase your breast size. So don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. The research says there is nothing to support it. But again, it's really sad the number of people that take their cues and medical advice from Reels or TikToks. It's really kind of sad. And I'll tell you what else is sad is like the number of people that don't go to normal news sources to get news, and they believe the crap that they'll see on the internet and on, TikTok videos.
Absolutely. I only believe stuff I see on MSNBC.
And then another like internet urban legend thing that's going around again. And once I mention this, you'll think of other like old urban legend stories that started even before the internet and then became prevalent and recycled again. So one of the latest deals here is if you hear a big pop outside of your car, don't get out of the car because you could be the victim of a carjacker. Yeah, this old story is circulating again. Oh, jeez.
I believe that. I generally don't get out when I hear gunfire.
Well, here's the deal.
Smart.
And there's no substantiated evidence that this has really happened, but people are getting scared. Oh, no, if I hear a pop, I shouldn't get out of my car. The story goes that carjackers will take a plastic soda bottle and place it under your tire. So when you run over it, there's a pop, and then you get out of the car to see what was that? And then they carjack you when you open your door and get out of the car. I have not seen any story anywhere of this happening with the old plastic soda bottle trip to cause or trick to cause a pop. So, I mean, listen, all the old urban legends. Remember
one about the headlights?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like if you're on a road at night and a car comes at you with their bright lights on, don't give them the flicker. Don't flash your high beams, because that's a gang initiation. And
unless you want to be in a gang.
No, that's not the way it works.
The person in the other car is the initiator.
The old story is that if a car is coming at you with their high beams on, don't go ahead and flick your high beams to let them know, hey, your high beams are on. The old story was that was a gang initiation, and the folks in that car,
they're just going to whip a U-turn, follow you, and kill you.
Exactly. That was the story, that they were going to make a U-turn and then follow you and then murder you. That's urban legend. Or the HIV needle that was like poking on the gas pump handle. And then there was another one that.
Well, if I see a needle on a gas handle, I'm not going to touch it.
But you don't inspect the gas handle before you pick it up.
You just grab it, and then, you don't see it. That was the old story. But there was never, ever, ever any substantiation to any of those claims that it ever. Just urban legend stuff. Now, what is not urban legend are the scanners, the
credit card scanners.
Oh, that's the thing.
Yeah, the fake deal where they're putting the fake card readers on gas pumps and then have a hidden camera to see your PIN number. I mean, that stuff really has happened, and it does happen. When I go to a gas station, I always grab onto the credit card slot to make sure it's not a phony dupe on there that's going to steal my information. I've got pliers in the car. I'll grab it. I'll tug that thing before I pump my car full of gas and put my credit card in there.
You'll rub it, and then you'll tug it.
I've got a ball-peen hammer. I start knocking on that thing right at the gas pump to see if it comes off.
Usually
like a toy.
By the time the attendant comes out to tell you to stop, you're done.
Hey, bring up my Instagram.
Oh, of course.
All right, 7:52 at the MJ Morning Show. We opened the show with this morning, and I've got to reveal this to the listeners at this time here on the MJ Morning Show. I walk into the station this morning at 5:30, 5:28, and I was horrified. Go to my Instagram. I got to play this. Folks, I'm going to tell you right now, you have got to go to my Instagram. You have got to go to Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. And you've got to see what I saw. Do you see what I see?
Do you see what I see?
The most pathetic office Christmas tree
you will ever see
in existence is in our lobby. I don't know who put this up. Folks, let me play the audio here. Bring up my Instagram and play the audio. Everybody, it is MJ Morning Show, Q105, 104.7 FM, Tampa Bay. I'm here in the Beasley Media Group Tampa Bay lobby. Oh, my God. Is this the most pathetic Christmas tree I've ever seen? There's no base. It's just a stick, and it's leaning against the corner of the wall. What are these twigs coming at it? What is this?
It makes no sense.
We have lights. That's it. Oh, my God. This is worse than Charlie Brown's Christmas tree. Holy crap. All right, go look at this thing. If I'm exaggerating, you can have your money back. You know what? I'll double your money back if I'm exaggerating.
No, and actually, your video does it justice, but I looked at it in person, and it just looks rode hard and put up wet, like just a sad sack. And all it needs is a base.
No, it needs more. It's the whole tree. It's just a pathetic Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio, and take a look at the Christmas tree. Who put this up? Who installed this in our lobby yesterday and put lights on this disaster? The tree is like this emaciated, thin tree. It has like no plushness. It doesn't have a base. A stick is on the floor in the lobby, and the thing is leaning up against the corner of the wall. And then, can we figure out what are the additional green branches that are coming out that are not part of the tree? What the hell is going on here?
All right.
If this is not the most ridiculous Christmas tree ever, I'll come mow your lawn. All right, go look at this video. It is on my Instagram right now at Certified MJ Radio. If you're driving, don't do it. Just wait until you get to a safe spot. Certified MJ Radio. Go to my Instagram and look at this video. I want to get to the bottom of this. I know no one's in the office yet because it's only 7:55. I want to know who did this.
Who was commissioned with the Christmas tree erection?
I mean, it is better to have no Christmas tree.
To not even acknowledge the holidays. Just nothing.
Yeah, just bah humbug it. That would be better than what this Christmas tree looks like.
I don't think that's a Christmas tree erection. I think that's a Christmas tree Peronis.
Oh, my God. It is awful.
Facts.
So go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, Certified MJ Radio on Instagram, and it's the last item posted. Take a look at this thing. I promise, I swear, I am not exaggerating how pathetic this Christmas tree is in our lobby.
Yeah, it's. I think somebody still has to do something to it. Obviously, maybe this is just stage one of the process.
No, it's stage 4. It's terminal. I'm telling you right now.
This might be a multi-day event here.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I have a Christmas tree story for you. So a couple weekends ago, we got our trees early this year, and I wanted to get a fake tree from Lowe's, and so I just want to have a nice one that's all, pretty ornaments.
Pre-lit?
Why Lowe's? Why we got a lot of options.
Well, we just happened to,
Lowe's
I saw a beautiful.
I have nothing against Lowe's.
What's wrong with Lowe's?
I saw a beautiful tree in Lowe's. I said, that's the one. And, so you walk into our home. That's the first tree you see. It's just perfect. It's designed. And then I was like, kids, you can pick out our usual tree. They go with dad to get a tree. And so Doug calls me on the way back. They're very obviously independent children. They want to make all the decisions that we allow them to. So he let them pick it out. And he's like, Roxanne, don't make fun of it. Don't make fun of it. They're super excited. They think this is the greatest tree ever. And I guess because they're little people and they're short.
It looked really big and impressive.
It looked big to them. But it's like this small, fat tree. It looks like a bush. Like it doesn't look like a Christmas tree. But I let them do whatever they want.
Why are they even selling this then at Lowe's?
No. The fancy one was from the fake artificial fancy one was from Lowe's.
They went to
but
Lowe's.
They went a separate day with Daddy
To a lot.
Yeah, and they picked out
right.
the fattest. But it's great because it's nice to have the two because then we put all our hodgepodge ornaments, that they made in preschool. Their first year preschool.
All of these live tree lots, MJ.
So it's like a grenade tree.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. The lights are all.
Sorry to use that derogatory term, but
for all of the. I didn't know grenade tree was a derogatory term.
No, me neither.
If you call a woman a grenade, that it's a derogatory term.
Oh, but you're calling a tree, not a woman.
I would never associate that with it.
No.
Sure, I was working stubby.
Hold on. I know a thing or two about insults.
All right.
I know. I have received many. I have given many more.
I'm not going to elaborate.
I know.
It was over our heads.
I know how to offend almost any person, regardless of race, creed, nationality, gender, anything.
True.
I know how to do all that. I am a prolific cursor. I am very good at insults. I've never heard a grenade as a big insult.
All right, shifting gears. It looks like I have low emotional intelligence.
Well, you just found that out.
Yeah. I just called somebody a grenade. Sorry, grenades.
All right, so apparently, according to this, I have low emotional intelligence.
I think that is the most self-reflective thing you've ever said.
It's like
I think that is the deepest thing you've ever said.
It's like MJ made a breakthrough in therapy.
I'm an intelligence emotional moron. Yeah, I disagree with this, but here's the deal. Why am I self-deprecating right now? Why am I self-defecating right now as well? All right, so researchers from the higher learning institution of Indiana University say that those who use a lot of emojis have a higher emotional intelligence, meaning the ability to understand, perceive, and manage emotions and the emotions of others. If you use a lot of emojis, so why am I saying that apparently I'm an emotionally intelligent moron? Because I use zero emojis. I go out of the way not to use emojis. I don't like emojis. I mean, a lot of people, like, if you send them a text and they're responding okay, they'll give you the thumbs up.
Yeah.
I don't even do the thumbs up. I just do an okay. I don't even do a K. I do.
You don't respond.
Or I don't respond. But I don't use emojis. I don't. And I thought I saw a story a while ago that it was the opposite, that dummies use emojis left and right.
Well, no, what it was is that they come across as dumb to the people who don't have high emotional intelligence.
Less emoji use with friends and romantic partners is associated with a personality style known as avoidant attachment, which often involves prioritizing self-reliance and independence over emotional closeness and intimacy. You know what? I am a very independent person.
This is real science, like a university commission.
This is Indiana University. Yeah.
We still
Science!
we still have no cure for cancer,
Science!
but we have science on emojis.
Science.
All right, Indiana. Good on you. All right. Yes, come to Indiana for our research program where we were just commissioned a study on emojis.
Holy crap. Over 10 billion emojis are sent daily across the world.
Here's my emoji rule of thumb. Like, if it's business, I'm definitely not going to include an emoji. Like, if it's anything work related, no emojis.
The only emoji I'll use is the puke emoji.
That's a good one. That's a good
you
one.
know,
yeah,
that's a good emoji
but,
right there.
But if it's like a friend and I'm communicating with a friend on text, and usually I like to talk to my friends, but if I am doing on text, I'm always like, okay, what emoji do I need to include to emphasize, like, to just convey emotion? Yeah.
This is the first study to examine emoji use along with other key individual characteristics related to people's communication abilities and interpersonal relationships. This is according to the study, which was released yesterday in the journal PLOS One. PLOS, PLOS One.
Yes.
320 adults, mostly in their mid-30s, took an online survey that asked about their attachment styles, emotional intelligence, and emoji use. The three major types of attachment styles: anxious, avoidant, and secure. People with anxious attachments often feel insecure in their relationships and fear being rejected or abandoned. Secure attachment is forming healthy relationships with trust, love, affection, and respect.
See, you could have said all this so much better with an emoji.
I'm not
just a red heart emoji.
So, according to Indiana University, I'm a higher emotional intelligence moron because I do not use emojis. You know what? Let me go back and look at my text history with Michelle. I don't think Michelle uses emojis either.
Well, I think they're one of those things. If you're talking to someone who doesn't use them, then you don't pepper your messages with. If you hit someone with an emoji and they don't hit you back with any, you're like, okay, that's not their style, and then you back off the emojis.
Yeah.
Right?
Hang on, I'm going back. Every once in a while, like there's like an animated GIF.
Yeah.
Like a cat like saying hello. Michelle will send me one of those occasionally.
Ooh.
You know, sort of like
That's
if I send her something that she doesn't like, she'll send me back some goofy GIF. Like an animated GIF.
You know, MG, I think...
By the way, it is pronounced GIF, not GIF. It is officially.
It's like peanut butter.
It's like the peanut butter.
So, if you want to see some abuse of emojis, look in, like, Instagram comments. I mean, somebody wants to say something's funny.
Yeah.
Everything's a cry, laugh face. You know...
You know what? That's where I use it the most. You're so right.
I only send, one emoji. And,
It's the eggplant.
It's the eggplant.
Hey, guess what song is not gay?
What song's not gay?
What song is not gay?
Like not cheerful.
Listen, this is no. Gay as in sexual. What song is not gay?
You know, now that I think about it, they all kind of sound gay.
This is such
Are
a
you guys
random
gonna
riddle.
No, I'm trying to
just
think.
answer my question? What song that everyone knows is not gay?
Is it?
All right, I'm just
is
gonna-
it-
I
is
have
it
no
like-
idea what direction you're
Is
going.
it the real Slim Shady? Because even the name sounds gay now that I think
Nope.
about it.
Nope. You ready?
What?
Ready for the reveal?
A time that I was the hero of the Village People concert, right?
No, what happened?
All right, so this is like many years ago. It might have been during like St. Pete Pride or during something that was happening downtown. The Village People were putting on a concert.
Mm-hmm.
How is a guy picking up another guy at the YMCA not a gay song?
And you are going to be sued by the Willises. You are going to be sued.
What you talking about, Willis?
That's right.
That's going to be my response.
That's the whole defense.
If Victor Willis's wife sues me for saying that the YMCA song is gay, my response is going to be, "What you talking about, Willis?"
And then you rest the case. You just rest.
Your Honor, I rest my
Yeah.
case.
Rest. So we're at the concert. I'm at the concert with a couple of friends,
Right.
and it's a pretty, lively crowd.
Right.
And after a couple of songs, Motorcycle Man, and I don't know if this was the original Village People or
You mean the guy in the leather and the big bushy mustache?
Yeah, him.
By the way, he was a toll collector at the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. That's where he was discovered. Seriously, the original leather Motorcycle Man, he was a toll collector for the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey at the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. Now I think it's the Cary Tunnel. But
that old boy's been collecting tolls ever since. So anyway, he says to the crowd, "I know what you guys want." And the crowd's kind of cheering. And he rips off one of his sleeves. And nobody really had a reaction. And then he goes, "How about this?" And he rips off his other sleeve. And nobody had a reaction. And then he goes, "So what do you guys want then?" And I jumped up and I yelled, "Show us your
junk."
What?
In the concert,
what is wrong with you?
It's a Village People
What
concert.
the hell is wrong with you?
I yelled right at Motorcycle Man, "Show us your bleep!"
Oh my gosh!
What year was this?
This was
DCP.
early.
What did you? What word?
What year?
Maybe late 90s, I don't know. And,
Wow.
And the crowd erupted, and I became a fan favorite that day. You mean, like, yeah!
All right. He writes, Victor Willis, to Village People fans and the media, I am the singer and writer of the lyrics of the hit YMCA. In fact, as was adjudicated and ruled in a U.S. District Court, I wrote 100% of the lyrics, and my writing partner, Jacques Morali, wrote the music. Since 2020, I received over 1,000 complaints about President-elect Trump's use of YMCA. With that many complaints, I decided to ask the president-elect to stop using YMCA because I feel his use has become a nuisance to me. However, the use continued because the Trump campaign knew that they had obtained a political use license from BMI. That's music licensing. And absent that license being terminated, they had every right to continue using YMCA, and they did. In fact, I started noticing numerous artists withdrawing the president-elect's use of their material, but by the time I said to my wife one day, "Hey, Trump seems to generally like YMCA, and he's having a lot of fun doing it," as much, I simply didn't have the heart to prevent the anyway, he goes on. So I told my wife to inform BMI not to withdraw the Trump campaign political use license.
Yeah, because he's getting paid. BMI is making sure he's getting a check.
My French partners were contemplating legal action out of France. So I had my wife contact our French partners and ask them to stay out of the campaign use of YMCA because it's a U.S. matter, and I will make the decision on its use. Our French partners quickly backed off their objection to the use. YMCA has benefited greatly by the use by the president-elect. For example, YMCA was stuck at number 2 on the Billboard chart prior to the, however, the song finally made it to number 1 after 45 years and held on to number 1 for 2 weeks. Anyway, he talks about the financial benefits have been great, as well as YMCA is estimated to gross several $1 million since it's been used in a campaign. Therefore, I'm glad I allowed the president-elect's continued use of YMCA, and I thank him for choosing my song.
It sounds like we got another Republican.
There's been a lot of talk, especially of late, that YMCA is somehow a gay anthem. As I've said numerous times in the past, that is false assumption based on the fact that my writing partner was gay, and some, not all, of the Village People were gay, and that the first Village People album was totally about gay life.
In the Navy? Come on, guys.
Go West, right? Go West.
Go West.
You know.
And it was a great album. But, all right. So,
all right, you guys are getting lawsuits again. So
So-
you got a lawyer up.
Stay at the YMCA. All right. Anyway, enough of the YMCA. But
so this guy makes like a complete 180 here. At first, it sounds like he's against the president-elect. Then
By
it
the
sounds
way,
like he's for it.
Yeah.
his statement, this guy, Victor Willis, the original cop in the Village People, his statement on Facebook is like 5 freaking pages long. I read a fraction of it. It still goes on. I've got 3 other pages here.
All right. Well,
My God.
what you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about, Willis? Hey, guess what's coming back after decades of disappearing?
What?
What?
Food chain.
Food chain.
All right, a food chain, a restaurant chain that at one point had about 200 restaurants across the USA.
Everybody knows it?
Total, everyone should know this. Restaurant chain that disappeared in the early 2000s. I think the last one closed its doors in 2004.
Ooh, I have a guess.
I was going sweet tomatoes, but we're going too far back.
Nope.
Okay, not that.
Not Sweet Tomatoes.
I don't know the answer, but I have a guess.
Beloved restaurant chain, about 200 locations at its peak. In fact, we used to go to one all the time when I was in high school in Virginia Beach, right in front of Lynn Haven Mall. Yeah, it became a Carrabba's later on.
I'm just going to throw something out there, but I don't even know if they're still in existence.
What?
Fuddruckers?
Nope. I'm a Fuddruckers fan, too.
Do they still exist?
There are still Fuddruckers.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I went to a Fuddruckers in like Bozeman, Montana one time. But we used to have a Fuddruckers on Virginia Beach Boulevard, right near Independence and Virginia, in Pembroke area. We had I like Fuddruckers.
Is it?
There used to be one out near Winter Park, like out in like Altamont Springs. There used to be. I don't know if there are any Fuddruckers left in Florida. Anyway, it's not Fuddruckers.
This is a long shot, but I remember this place we used to go to with my dad when we were kids.
Nope. Wrong.
Chi-Chi.
What?
Chi-Chi Rodriguez.
Chi-Chi's Mexican grill?
Chi-Chi's. Yeah, Chi-Chi's.
You looked this up.
No, I didn't.
It's Chi-Chi's.
What?
It's Chi-Chi's.
Oh, that was a long shot.
Yeah.
I was going to guess.
I thought that was just like a
No,
local place.
no.
I was thinking
No, Chi-Chi's is coming back.
I was thinking Bennigan's.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I was thinking Bennigan's
When you're hungry for fun?
You know what?
Wasn't there Bennigan's when you're hungry for fun, right?
I loved Bennigan's back in the day.
Anyway, Chi-Chi's.
Well, I didn't
Chi-Chi's
realize
it is.
Chi-Chi's was a chain. I thought it was just like a
No,
one-off.
no.
It was a chain.
No, Chi-Chi's
wow.
had 200 restaurants across the country.
I had no idea. We had some good times there when I was like 8 years old.
Nearly 20 years after closing its last restaurant in 2004, Mexican restaurant chain Chi-Chi's is making a comeback next year. They're going to reopen, or at least one location, and then the plan is to have multiple locations and just keep going. An agreement's been struck with Hormel Foods. So Hormel, huge pork producer, Hormel bacon, Hormel, pork and ribs.
Oh man, I just pulled up, like an old picture of it. I remember this place. It was
So
fun.
Hormel is allowing Michael McDermott, son of the Chi-Chi's founder, to use the name again for a restaurant.
So Hormel owns the name Chi-Chi's.
Yeah.
And they have a full line of like salsa products. You can go to Walmart right now and buy Chi-Chi's branded Mexican-inspired food products.
You know what? I don't spend a lot of time on the, I don't buy a lot of salsa for the house.
No.
Like when I go to a Mexican restaurant, I love salsa. I just don't buy salsa per se. So,
But they have quesos and they have different heat levels.
I guess I have seen the label. So Chi-Chi's salsas are available, and Hormel owns that product
The
line.
name lives on in that product
But
line.
now they're granting the Chi-Chi's founder the ability to use the name for restaurant usage. And so I think that helps Hormel's brand at the store.
Sure.
If you revive the Chi-Chi's restaurant chain, I think it's going to help the Hormel brand. So the son of the founder is bringing it back. McDermott, who has built his career in the restaurant business with brands like Kona Grill, I've heard of that, Rojo Mexican Grill, I have not heard of that one, wants to honor his family's legacy by bringing back the Chi-Chi's restaurant experience.
Now, just to be clear, these restaurants don't have anything to do with Chi-Chi Rodriguez golf courses?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
No,
I used to always conflate them because
No.
I remember when I was a kid, we'd like pass by. There's a Chi-Chi Rodriguez golf course on McMullen Booth, and then the Chi-Chi's was like on Gulf to Bay in
It's
19.
coincidence because you lived in Clearwater.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
I don't see where the first Chi-Chi's is set to open up next year in 2025. However, historically speaking, the nail in Chi-Chi's coffin was
what was it?
a massive hepatitis A outbreak at a Chi-Chi's in Pittsburgh in 2003. So the chain was already on the decline, and some Hep A can really finish you off.
Oh my God!
So-
Do you see the stats on that hepatitis outbreak?
Oh yeah.
650 people were infected.
Yeah. That I believe that goes down as one of the biggest hepatitis restaurant outbreaks in U.S. history.
4 people died.
You'll go down in history.
Not exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all.
All right, so it looks like a first location will be at West Shore Plaza.
No, that's not.
Right. Bestitos is a rebranding.
No, it's I guess not named. I just didn't see. Maybe there's some other stories out there. Do you see in that?
I know. I just see that he's bringing it back. I don't see locations.
So I wonder if we'll end up getting a Chi-Chi's rebirth here in the Tampa Bay. I remember as a kid, man, in high school, my friends, after like football games, we would always head over to Lynn Haven Mall on Lynn Haven Parkway in Virginia Beach. And we used to go to Chi-Chi's, was in an out parcel in the parking lot. And we used to always, and Chi-Chi's, that was one of the first places that if it was your birthday, they brought you like fried ice cream.
Yeah.
So every Friday was always one of our birthdays. Whenever we went there, whenever my high school pals went there, we always had a birthday, and we'd get like the same server. They were on to us, and they never said a word. We always got our free fried ice cream.
That's awesome.
At Chi-Chi's. Wow. All right, are you ready for a warning from the feds? Oh, and we got to get into that United Healthcare assassination, man. That's a crazy, crazy story.
Walk us through it.
Some of the details that have emerged in just the last hours are insane. I got to believe, hey, check some of the big news sites, see if there's any additional breaking news, because I haven't had a chance to look in a couple of hours now. But I'm going to guess that there's going to be a person of interest like today.
Really?
Yeah, because there's enough of the face and a very unique nose that was seen in the surveillance video inside the Starbucks. All right, hold on. I don't want to get off track here. There is a warning. I'm like, what the hell? The FBI is warning iPhone and Android phone users to stop texting. What?
Yeah, I sent you that article. I was like, this is crazy. And then I just started like deleting all the contacts in my iPhone of anyone who has an Android that I'm aware of, not texting you anymore.
So I had the story in my pile yesterday, and I didn't get to it. And I meant to get to it. We just ran out of time. We had a lot of stuff that we left on the table yesterday. But this is from yesterday, that the FBI and CISA, part of Homeland Security, and CISA is the U.S. Cyber Defense Agency, are warning Americans to use responsibly encrypted messaging and phone calls when they can. And this is due to a Chinese hacking of U.S. networks of like major cell phone companies like Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, all together. The claim is like 7 cell networks. I can't even name 7 cell networks. I mean, really, it's it's like the big 3 kind of control everything, but there are other companies. But the claim is that the Chinese hackers have gotten into every cell network, and they're still in it. That's why they're saying, I mean, really? Someone cares about my text to fester? The Chinese care about my text? First of all, I've got zero tolerance for foreign espionage. The Chinese, the Russians, other bad actors, they're all up and through our infrastructure. They're in our grids, in the electrical grid. There are probably little time bombs, poison pills all sitting around, And listen, this is really just the beginning of this activity. But for the feds to say that we regular people, we should avoid texting or even making phone calls, we ought to use I mean, that's like, come on,
feds.
I mean, how about getting the freaking Chinese hackers out of our network? How about hunting them down and hitting them with some drones or something?
Well, you know what they're doing?
What?
CCP. They are doing what they do best. They are exploiting our American passions and how divided we are, whether it's over politics or whether it's over Android, iPhone usage. See what they're doing?
They're hitting them both.
They're hitting them both.
They're
dividing us.
Yeah.
The network cyber attacks attributed to Salt Typhoon, a group associated with China's Ministry of Public Safety. So this is government sanctioned. This is the Chinese government hacking. I mean, this is an act of war as far as I'm concerned. Has generated heightened concern to the vulnerabilities within critical U.S. communication networks. Without fully end-to-end encrypted messaging and calls, there has always been a potential for content to be intercepted. That's the entire reason the likes of Apple, Google, and Meta advise us to use, that's the entire reason the likes of Apple, Google, and Meta advise its use, as far as encryption goes. A senior FBI official advised using a cell phone that automatically receives timely operating system updates. So, and they're saying that the hackers are still inside the networks. They haven't eradicated or booted the hackers out. The hell?
All right.
So what? We got to start using encrypted. I got to start sending messages on WhatsApp.
This study's
that's encrypted, right? WhatsApp's encrypted.
I guess.
An alert into the ongoing telco network hacks jointly issued by FBI, CISA, and NSA, as well as other Five Eyes agencies, was released on Tuesday. Yeah, I saw the story on Tuesday, and I had it in my Wednesday pile, and I just didn't get to it yesterday.
I mean, how many people sent unencrypted text messages because you're a lollygagger?
I apologize. There are other you have, advice is to use WhatsApp over RCS for cross-platform messaging. Once you step outside Apple or Google's walled garden, the security protections fall away. There are other fully encrypted platforms as well, notably Signal, the best of the bunch, albeit with a smaller install base. Signal.
Okay.
I think I've heard of that. Signal and WhatsApp also enable fully encrypted voice and video calls across the platform. So, great. Super fantastic. Wow. And then let's, since that's serious, let's stay with just serious for just a second here.
Well, I just want to say that the Chinese Communist Party has intercepted all of my conversations with my sister. We do Android to iPhone all the time.
Right.
So they've got a lot of crap talking, and they've got a lot of family drama.
Right.
And they've got it in their databases now.
Right.
What are they going to do to me?
You discuss, like, what kind of stuff?
All kinds of private stuff. We just basically, it's a thread to rip on people.
The Chinese
Sometimes
government,
we rip on one another. Yeah.
Chinese government's like, hey, we have a new text from Roxanne.
They are popcorn memeing it up.
This assassination of the United Healthcare CEO in Manhattan yesterday morning, like 6:30, 6:45, he's getting ready to walk into New York Hilton, and this is in Midtown Manhattan. I think it's like 56th. Bring up the address, like 56th and 6th Avenue. And I've been to this hotel. I've stayed there. I've had a couple of conferences and conventions there. So United Healthcare was having some kind of an investor meeting at the hotel. So it was publicized. So the assassin clearly knew where the CEO was going to be, but the odds of having him walk in and not be staying there, I mean, for the assassin to be waiting on the street for the CEO of United Healthcare to walk by with no security, it almost begs the question, what other additional info did he have the guy's schedule? Or, I mean, this is just a bizarre story. Have you seen the video? The video is floating around, and man, it's chilling. The guy, this dude holds up a gun, and there's a long extension. It looks like he has a suppressor on the handgun, and then fires shots into the back of the United Healthcare CEO.
Yeah, 50-year-old Brian Thompson.
Yeah, and hits him in the back, multiple shots, hits him in the leg as well. And then the gun appears to jam, and the gunman appears to rack the slide to clear the jam. Now, here's where things get even more bizarre, is police sources are saying that the words deny, depose, and defend were written on live rounds and casings left behind by the assassin. So some of the live rounds were dropped because the gun jammed, and he's racking the slide to clear the jam. So the ejection port ejected some of the live rounds out of the magazine onto the ground. But even the shell casings from the spent rounds that were ejected properly, this guy had written or inscribed the words deny, depose, and defend on the bullets. So the interesting twist on that is apparently that appears to be a little switch up on a book.
What book?
A book entitled Delay, Deny, Defend: Why Insurance Companies Don't Pay Claims and What You Can Do About It, by J.M. Feynman. So this thing takes, I mean, a wicked conspiratorial twist. I mean, this guy, you've heard the old, I got a bullet with your name on it. I mean, that's essentially what this masked assassin did. He wrote these words on the bullets, which appeared to be a play on a book, Delay, Deny, Defend.
That's chilling.
Wow. I mean, I bet you a lot of you didn't even know this yet.
No.
I mean, this is crazy.
So this guy obviously has some beef with United Healthcare.
Yeah, I mean, and I said before it came out that the bullet casings and the bullets had these words written on it, which seemed to relate to a book about the insurance company screwing people over and denying claims. I said to my wife before any of this came out, and listen, you don't have to be, I don't have to be, Columbo. Yeah, ma'am, I got one more question, ma'am.
Pardon me.
Yeah, pardon me, ma'am. I got one more question for you. You don't have to be a genius to figure it out. I mean, the first thing I thought of, man, this guy has a beef with United Healthcare. They denied a claim. Maybe his wife, they wouldn't pay for maybe some treatment, some life-saving treatment, or maybe he was a child. But this guy has some kind of big beef with United Healthcare and decided to do some kind of crazy movie plot and take out the CEO at a known publicized date when they were having a conference at the New York Hilton.
I mean, you got to think. I mean, he might have lost somebody really close. This is no way to handle it. But
of course not.
Absolutely not.
It's going to be. I'm telling you, it's going to be a twisted story like that. And then you have surveillance video. They have video of this guy, and his face is still covered from the nostrils down.
Yeah.
But there's video of this guy inside a Starbucks right near where the assassination on the sidewalk took place.
It's freezing cold in New York, right?
Yeah, it's very cold. It's cold up there in winter weather. So this guy's all bundled up. He's got like a what do you call it? Balaclava? The
baklava.
No, that's a dessert.
Dessert.
Yeah, that's a great dessert.
I'd love to have a baklava.
Yeah, balaclava. So he's got the thing over over his face. So if it's cold out, I mean, you wouldn't if you're wearing that, in the middle of July.
It's a little suspect.
Yeah. Well, during COVID maybe, but But this guy's in a Starbucks, and a couple of things. Surveillance video in the Starbucks captured him at the counter, and he's got his face covered below the nostrils, but he's got a very unique nose. And I'm telling you, someone's going to ID this guy, and I think there's going to be a person of interest or an arrest very, very shortly on this case.
I need to see the Starbucks photo.
All right, so here's the time. You want to share the timeline, Fester?
Well, Brian Thompson.
Read number one.
At 6:44 a.m., the victim was walking alone towards the New York Times Hilton Midtown.
No, not the New York Times Hilton.
No, I'm sorry. New York.
Do you want me to read this?
No, hold on. It's just a little tiny font here. New York Hilton Midtown. After exiting
it's 1335 6th Avenue.
But his hotel was across the street. So he wasn't staying at the Hilton. He was staying across the street. He left his hotel, walked across the street, and was walking into the Hilton.
So did the assassin know that he was going to be walking across, and he was lying in wait like behind like an SUV, or like I think he was behind like a black Suburban.
Yeah, it's like he knew his moves, his agenda.
The shooter who was waiting alongside another building fires at him.
Yep.
That's the second thing.
Yep.
Then the shooter runs into an alleyway between 54th Street and 55th Street.
Yep.
Once at West 55th Street,
he
the shooter
continues to walk on 6th Avenue, where he gets onto
an electric bike.
Gets onto an electric bike,
which are all over the city, right? It wasn't.
Hold on, wait a sec. Early reports said he got onto a city bike, and city bikes, some are only pedal power, but there are some city bikes that have the electric assist in the racks.
So did he have like the city bike app on his phone to engage it?
Okay.
Early reports were that he got on a city bike,
right,
which those are GPS tracked. But now they're saying no. He got on a generic electric bike, that it was not a city bike. And then he rode north on 6th Avenue. So into Central Park. So Central Park begins right at 59th Street.
Yes.
59th and 60th, right in there is where Central Park begins, Central Park South. So he's at 55th.
Is that where the Mandarin Hotel is?
Mandarin Oriental is at Columbus Circle, which is sort in the area, but that's further west, near Central Park West. Columbus Circle is where the Mandarin Oriental is.
So 4 minutes later, they pin him in, or they locate him. Well, they don't pin him. They don't pin him because they didn't catch him. But 4 minutes later, he's well into Central Park.
Yeah, at 6:48 a.m., the shooter rides the bike into Center Drive,
and then he disappears,
and then gone. So, I mean, what a story!
Because there's no surveillance in Central Park. They don't have the surveillance that they do in the rest of the city.
Not as much, obviously. Yeah. But
wow,
I mean, this guy, clearly knew what he was doing. This is so freaking premeditated. Yeah. The words on the bullets,
sending a message.
Wow, what a story. Just unbelievable.
So the guy's like it, SUV. No, what's the show on NBC?
Dude, are you having a stroke? Are you having a stroke this morning?
What's the show on NBC?
CSI?
No.
Special Victims Unit.
SVU.
Law and Order SVU.
Okay, am I that far off? I said SUV. Okay? They're like, we have a new script. Ripped from the headlines.
Tell you what, you know what? Hey, all right, I'll give that to you. This is going to be a Law and Order episode.
Law and Order. Yeah,
by February, this is a Law and Order episode. Oh, there's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. By February, ripped from the headlines.
Chief, we found a guy in Hoboken whose mother died, and this insurance company denied service.
All right, so my prediction is that there'll be an arrest or a person of interest very, very shortly.
This guy could have come from anywhere in the country. He could have been stalking this guy and stalking the potential actions for months.
I'm guessing this guy's from Indiana.
This guy might never get caught.
Now, listen, the nose is very, very distinctive in the surveillance snap from the Starbucks.
All right, everybody, we're looking for a white male with a hook nose.
Yeah. Also, the wife of the CEO of United Healthcare, who was gunned down, the wife is saying that her husband had been receiving some threats prior to the fatal shooting. Yeah, there had been some threats, said Paulette Thompson told NBC News in her first comments since her husband was murdered on Wednesday. Basically, I don't know, a lack of coverage.
So does the CEO of a major company like this travel with armed security?
Apparently not. In this case, apparently not. It's a very good question, Fester. Apparently your stroke is over. It's a very good question.
I'm still in the midst of it.
All right.
But this is this is going to sound really dumb now, but this is like a many billions of dollar company.
Oh,
right?
United Healthcare is massive. It's one of the largest.
These companies can't let companies that go out of their way to piss off their customer base really can't let their CEOs just walk around.
Tell you what, the Aetna CEO has armed security today.
Oh, I bet.
I'll tell you that. Yeah, we've got Aetna around here, don't we?
You know what? The Aflac guy?
Aflac!
Is a bunch of ducks.
That's a security team. They will alert him if someone's coming.
You hear the ducks make noise.
You hear 'em.
You know.
Yeah.
Nobody can sneak up on their duck.
Man, what a crazy story.
So this is terrible.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. Do I have anything else here? Listen, the whole company, all the coworkers are stunned and shocked, obviously. But I mean, that's the last story I thought would have happened yesterday, is something like that.
But how many claims have they? They just deny a claim without even looking twice at it. Denied. There are some insurance companies, I heard it's standard protocol, deny everything, and then let them appeal it and let them keep working to get the coverage that we pay for.
Listen, everyone knows the problems with health insurance. Everyone, or regular insurance, a lot of people have problems. You have a lot of companies that make it very, very difficult for people to get a claim, or they deny this. I mean, people go through this every single day, but you don't hunt down a CEO of an insurance company and, fire shots in his back and murder him on a Manhattan sidewalk. Let me grab some phone calls here. I got a lot of stuff we got to get to, but phones are loaded. I didn't. Folks, you can always call in the show. I mean, I don't always have to say, "Hey, what do you think of this?" or "Hey, let's take phone calls on that," and say, 800-990-1047. You can call the show anytime, and I'll grab calls. Like my whole board is all lit up already. Jerry and Brandon. Jerry, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Hi, MJ. How are y'all today?
We are well. Go ahead.
My husband is an Android user, and to this day, he still has that Chinese stuff on his phone. We cannot get it off.
Wait a second. How do you know that your husband still has Chinese stuff on his phone?
Because I can see it when I turn it on. It won't turn off. It's when you.
Well, hold on. What is it like like a picture of an egg roll or what's
it's
it?
writing.
What?
I'm trying to find a Chinese person to see what it says.
Oh wait a minute. So there are Chinese characters that appear on your husband's cell phone?
Yeah, it's a writing, like how they write.
All right, how about is your husband using like some Android from 2006?
No, we just got him an Android. We changed to a major company.
All right, what phone does he have?
Major company.
What phone does he have? What brand?
I'm sorry?
What brand phone does he have?
He's got the A15.
Yeah, but who makes that?
Samsung.
Oh, it's a Samsung phone. Okay, I got you. All right, listen.
Yeah.
All right, let me tell you what you listen carefully. I'm going to tell you what to do.
Okay.
Are you with your husband now?
No.
When will you be with your husband?
I'm sorry?
When will you be with your husband?
Tomorrow morning.
All right, here's what you need to do. Do you have a hammer?
Yeah.
All right, grab a hammer and then take your husband's phone and just smash the bitch to bits. All right?
Okay.
All right, just do that and call me back tomorrow. Let me know how it goes.
Is that a joke?
No, it's not a joke. Do you think we're joking?
You need to stop this Chinese infiltration right now because you don't know what they're taking from you. They're going to drain your bank accounts next. You got to smash that phone with a hammer immediately. All right?
Okay.
And in fact, call me back and let's smash it live on the air.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you what to do next. So, Jerry, I'll look for your call about this time tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Jerry.
Jerry, listen, this is very serious. Is
Guys,
this a
Jerry's
joke?
going to do that.
Is this a joke?
That's not right. Jerry's absolutely going to smash her husband's phone.
As she should.
Of course, this is not a. Oh my God! Hold on. Let's get serious. Kelly in Odessa. Wow, this is related to. Yeah, this is. Oh my God! This is.
Wow. Look at you guys.
This is related to the. Wow, Kelly in Odessa. Hi, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Yeah, so I work remotely for United Healthcare. I've been working for United Healthcare for 17 years.
Oh my God.
I'm a registered nurse. I used to work in medical claim review prior to the position that I'm in now. So there's all kinds of variables with claims not getting paid. Sometimes it's the provider who billed something wrong, and so we deny it based on incorrect billing. Who knows? There's, like I said, tons of variables, but I unfortunately never got to meet Brian personally. He worked at our corporate office in Minnesota, but I am under his organization. He is the CEO of the part of the company that I work for. And I will tell you, in our town hall meetings that we had with him, he was one of those, CEOs, let's face it, some of them aren't so nice and they use their power. That was not him at all. He was a remarkable leader, got into the position at a young age. He was pretty young to become a CEO of an organization of this size.
Mm-hmm.
And he did a phenomenal job as a leader.
When's the last time you saw him on like a conference, or when's the last time?
Our last town hall, which was about 2 months ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And our company, when we found out yesterday, all meetings got canceled. It just, we all, a big majority of United Healthcare nowadays, even way before COVID, we've been remote. And even working from home and not in an office setting anymore, it's just unbelievable.
Do you think that the obvious possibility that it's somebody that's angry over a denied claim or some type of bad interaction stalked him, hunted him down? It was publicized. It was an investor meeting at the New York Hilton yesterday. So it was
an annual meeting.
So it was totally publicized. How about the fact that this is a CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company, and he had no security? He's just walking by himself at 6:45 in the morning yesterday.
I don't know. Honestly, that's not my level to go to those kind of meetings. Yeah. I know that there are companies that protect those CEOs like that. But, it could have even been a disgruntled employee. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the unknowns are just...
That's another possibility. Sure. Hey, Kelly...
And here's another thing.
Yep.
Does everybody realize, back in the beginning of the year that our company was hacked? And it was some hackers that got a smaller entity that United Healthcare has, and we had to pay them $20 million in ransom.
Oh, ransomware. Oh, that's right. They locked up your system. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, Kelly, thanks for the call, and thanks for checking in.
Okay, guys. Have a great day.
You
Thanks.
too. Mary in Homosassa. Mary, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Doing well.
I don't know if you had already mentioned it, but I saw on TV last night, it was late, but I saw where they had a picture of him on the bike before it happened, and he was carrying on his backpack what they figure was a battery for the bike, so that after he committed the crime and he went to wherever this bike was located, he was able to put a clean battery on it.
Yeah, apparently he had the bike was stashed in an alleyway. So he had the bike was stashed, and then once he assassinated the United Healthcare CEO, he then ran on foot to this space in between two buildings, and he had the bike, I guess, leaning up somewhere, and that's how he made the escape up to Central Park. Mary, thanks for the call. All right, I'll grab two more calls here. Just shifting. Comment on Chi-Chi's. Ron is in Largo. Ron, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, good morning. I was listening to your story about this Chi-Chi's returning back. I did some digging, and on Minnesota's Star Tribune website says that we are currently in the early stages of planning to secure funding. We can say that the first two stores will be opened in Minnesota.
So if you missed this, folks, we had a big event. Big breaking news earlier today on the MJ Morning Show that the Chi-Chi's Mexican chain is making a comeback, and the son of the founder of Chi-Chi's is bringing it back. He secured licensing for the name, and Ron is calling in to say that he found that the first two locations are going to be in Minnesota. In Minnesota. Yeah.
Yep, so if you want your Chi-Chi's fixed, pack your bags, book your flight now.
Yep. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate you checking in. Appreciate it.
Yep. Enjoy the show.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Robert, Chef Robert, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hello, Chef Robert.
How you doing, MJ? How you doing, guys?
What's up?
Hey, MJ.
Yep.
So we have a mutual friend, Michael Stewart. You work out with him at your gym.
Yeah, Michael Stewart. He owns Ava.
Ava and 717 South. Now, a little bit about me. I just want to let you know, like, I'm the chef that was messaged you from Hell's Kitchen and the Food Network. I'm his new executive chef, and we're going for our first Michelin star with the new rebuild of that 717.
Right, because 717 had a devastating fire on South Howard.
He did?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep. Wow. Yep.
Well, some of the big news is what I wanted to tell you is that restaurant's opening up. We're going for that Michelin star, but I just got casted off of one of your dishes that you love, is the cacio de pepe.
No way.
For the new season.
All right, now I got to say it right. Cacio e pepe.
Cacio e pepe.
Yeah, don't say de pepe. Cacio e pepe.
So it was a challenge dish of 5 ingredients that I had to do to be casted for the new season of Top Chef that I'll be leaving.
Hold on, you're going to be on Top Chef?
Yeah, so like I did Hell's Kitchen season 5 and 6 and the Food Network already, right? And then I own like Focheesy and Grilla King, the grilled cheese house in St. Pete. But I went ahead and I went to open casting in New York. I was in Manhattan and went to the open casting, and they were like, hey, you need to go ahead and do this 5 ingredient dish.
All right, so what were the 5 ingredients? Like when I make my cacio e pepe, there were 4 ingredients. What were the 5 ingredients you had?
Well, the 4 ingredients is whatever your pasta, the pepper, the pecorino romano, and
the pasta water.
And the pasta water, and I use bucatini.
Yep.
But some people will put unsalted butter in it. Right?
No. So do not put olive oil and do not put butter in cacio e pepe.
Correct. So when they asked me when I was doing it, they're like, what's your 5th ingredient? And that was my argument that won me my spot, is said I refuse to go ahead and put the 5th ingredient because it does not go.
Now, did you learn that from me, or you already knew that?
No, I was like, it was on my mind because Michael Stewart had said, hey, this is his favorite dish. And like he said that you guys were talking about that.
Yeah, I work out, and in fact, I might see Michael today. So I work out on Mondays and Thursdays at X-Force Body, and Michael's also a client of X-Force Body. And we were talking about, Italian food and, Ava. And I'm like, yeah, I make cacio e pepe. I use imported Sardinian pecorino. I did get my hands, my buddy Luigi from Trattoria Pasquale, he got me some Tuscan pecorino recently that was really, really good. Anyway, I'm going to put you on hold. When do you start shooting the next? So you're going to be on Top Chef?
On the next season of Top Chef on Bravo.
Okay, so when do you start filming or taping?
I leave in March.
Oh, wow. All right, hang on. I'm going to put you on hold, and I want to give me all your contact.
Yeah.
I know who you are. I know you've messaged me. I know we were talking on, I think, direct messaging on Instagram, but I'm going to put you on hold. We're going to get your contact information, all right?
You guys can talk about Pecorino and Peckers later.
All right, hang on.
Privately.
Well, look at the phones.
All right.
Colleen in St. Pete. Colleen, hi. Oh, Colleen, can you hang on a minute, Colleen?
Sure.
Listen, if I get too late here, I'm gonna screw up the schedule. All right. So Colleen, hang on. Colleen, Lori, AJ, bunch of calls are coming in. So hang on. I will go back to phones in just a second, and we got a lot of stuff. The 9 o'clock hour starts next, and we're packed. If you're on hold, don't hang up. I'm coming right back to your phone calls. And killer content is on the way. Oh, I shouldn't say that.
That's really.
Yeah, no.
really
Listen, all right. Great content is coming up in the 9 o'clock hour here on the MJ Morning Show.
Will you guarantee that claim?
Yeah, Festus, stop, please. Stop. All right, 8:52 at the MJ Morning Show. We're packed next. Let me just put it that way. Veterans Ford is your Ford dealer in the Tampa Bay area that is going to take you to a car dealership level that you expect, but you don't always get. A lot of people just don't like the process of getting nickeled and dimed and card dealered to death. What's different about Veterans Ford? It's run like a family operation. O'clock at the MJ Morning Show. Yes, I am deliberately playing some ACDC as rejoined bumper music. Why? Because the announcement was made earlier this week that ACDC is embarking on their first tour in like 9 years. And amazingly, one of the few concert stops is going to be right here in Tampa. The Tampa Bay area gets ACDC at Ray J. And what is it? Are we getting it in? What was the date on it? Was it May?
May sounds right. Let me look it up.
Festa, when was the reason why I'm bringing this up is because tickets go on sale this Friday.
Yeah, this ACDC?
Yeah, so
the tickets go on sale the 6th?
Yeah, so the tickets go on sale this Friday.
That's
tomorrow, December 6th.
And the concert's in April.
April. All right,
Yeah,
so,
April.
Yeah, look at it.
April, May, somewhere.
Yeah, well,
So
the concert's in April.
April, May, June.
No,
April, May, June.
It's May 16th.
Yeah, I thought it was May. I said May originally. I thought it was May. Yeah. What is the date?
May 16th.
All right. So
April, May, June, somewhere in there.
Tickets for ACDC will go on sale via Ticketmaster tomorrow at 12 noon. 12 noon. As of now, no ticket pre-sales, according to this particular article. Yeah. Right now, a 13-date run includes 12 concerts and a Canadian date in Vancouver. So, and we're getting one of the ACDC dates right here in Tampa at Ray J in May.
You got to figure there's going to be a lot more dates added to this.
All right, let me go back to phones. Colleen in St. Petersburg, and then we'll get into other stuff in a minute. Colleen, MJ Morning Show, you're up.
Yes, I do. How are you?
Hi, Colleen. Welcome back. What's the story?
I heard on CNN last night that I thought I heard actually that the CEO of the United Healthcare CEO had sold their stock. I guess they lost millions of dollars, and their stock value had gone down. And he sold his stock prior to it being publicized. That
That is true. So The CEO of United Healthcare that was assassinated yesterday, he is under Department of Justice DOJ investigation for insider trading. So that is true.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering if maybe, and then the stockholders, I believe, had to sell their stock at a 25% loss. I mean, could that be a reason why?
You know what, Colleen, that is a very good theory. Maybe, we immediately jumped to the fact that maybe it was a disgruntled individual, that coverage was denied or something happened to a family member. But you know what? Maybe it was the stock price. That could also be a possibility. Good call, Colleen. Thank you, Colleen. Let me go to Lori now. Lori's in Clearwater. All right, final call on this. Lori, you're on. Hi, Lori.
Hi, MJ. How are you?
Doing well.
So I used to work at United Healthcare, and contrary to the nurse you had on, I thought they were one of the most miserable companies to work for ever.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to, and this was in the mid 90s, so it's been a while.
All right, so this is before the CEO that got whacked yesterday.
I'm sure it was. Yeah,
Right.
I don't even remember because we got bought out by so many different insurance companies. We were being passed around.
All right.
I was hired by MetLife, then I worked for Metro Health, then I worked for United Healthcare.
What the hell do you do now?
Other insurance. Oh, I'm a nanny now.
It's crazy. And Lori brings up a point. Everybody, doesn't matter where you work, has a different experience there.
Yeah, so one caller loved it,
Yeah.
still works there, I guess, and then Lori just said it was a miserable experience. Lori, thanks for calling in.
I think every
Okay,
place,
you're welcome,
I think
man.
every big company has employees who are dyed in the wool, love the place. It's the best thing that's ever happened to them, and other employees just have miserable experiences.
Yeah, I got a lunch surprise from Michelle today.
Ooh.
Oh, speaking of miserable experiences. So you're taking her to lunch, or
That was funny.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Well, sort of an unconventional. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to tip off. I don't want to be specific about who I don't want to tip off, but if all goes,
What? Do you have a shooter we don't know about? I don't want to be specific. I don't want to shoot.
oh man.
So you're going to lunch?
Yeah. Well, yeah, sort of. So
How is that a
Okay,
sort of
what?
question?
I'm going to lunch, sort of? I've never done that.
I'm being cryptic because I don't want to give too much information away. I'm just saying right now that I have a lunch surprise.
What, are you going to have a picnic?
Well, after I work out with Michelle, because we will work out, she goes before me. She has the session before me. Then she waits for me. She gets on the massage chair while I do my workout. And then after workout, I just got a little interesting little mission that we're going on. And I don't want to give too much more away, but I will have the full story tomorrow. Or if it goes well, then I will Instagram it later. So you'll know actually later by 12 noon. Check my Instagram for the mystery lunch encounter. I'm sorry if I'm being cryptic. I'm sorry if you want to hit me and and drag it out of my face. But just work with me on this. All right, so follow my Instagram.
Does she know where it is?
No. So I just told her, hey, listen, I'm taking you to get something right after the workout for lunch. So she knows we're doing something. She doesn't know exactly what. And also where I'm going doesn't know either. It's an interesting story. Follow my Instagram.
Restaurants usually do okay if you don't tell them you're coming for lunch.
And I'm only going to post on Instagram if it's a positive experience. All right?
Oh, okay. But will you tell us if it's a negative experience?
No, because I don't like doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I don't
Well,
like.
you don't have to name the place.
Yeah. So watch my Instagram by 12 noon today. Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow, Certified MJ Radio, and then we'll recap it tomorrow morning.
If it's a positive, it's a lot of variables in this story.
There are a lot of variables. It's like a variable speed air conditioner. All right. So 9:08 at the MJ Morning Show. You want to talk about generosity? I don't know if we've had this much Snoop Dogg in the news in a long time. We had Snoop Dogg early this morning because Fester has added the Snoop on the stoop next to the elf on the shelf at his house.
And the two of them are living it up.
So you got Fester's 8-year-old kid, Hudson, thinks that the blunt, the marijuana cigarette in Snoop's mouth as Snoop is on the stoop, he thinks it's a cigar.
Yeah.
When in fact it's clearly marijuana.
He thinks Daddy and Snoop have a lot in common.
I don't know what it is though, man. I'll tell you. Yeah. A lot of Snoop Dogg in the news. Yeah. Yeah. Snoop Dogg and the bomb. The blunt.
Depths of the sea.
All right, so what Snoop Dogg news do we have now? Snoop Dogg gave his daughter $1 million for her wedding. That's a hellacious gift. Man, that just totally clobbers, in Goodfellas where they were handing envelopes of cash at at the wedding. Yeah, that totally blows that one out of the water. Snoop Dogg gave his daughter $1 million during a recent appearance on the Jennifer Hudson show. She has a show?
The Jennifer Hudson show is, I've never seen it.
Where the hell does that run? Where's the Jennifer Hudson's very talented, but where the hell does that run?
You know what makes the story even, I don't know where it runs, but you know what makes the story even more interesting? Snoop has 4 kids. So is he going to have to give each of those other 3 $1 million for their wedding?
Just his favorite.
Hey, Fester, bring up the Jennifer Hudson show and the market locator and tell
where to watch.
Where to watch Florida.
In Tampa, it's on 32 More TV.
Yeah, Channel 32, WMOR at 3 p.m.
Okay.
I got to be honest. I can't tell you the last time I landed on WMOR Channel 32.
Well, how about you catch a couple episodes of Family Guy and...
Is that what they run Family Guy reruns on there?
I think so. It sounds right.
All right.
Yeah, she's in a bunch of cities. She has a pretty wide footprint.
Oh, she's all over. I guess it's a highly syndicated show. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know there was a Jennifer Hudson show. So Snoop Dogg was on Jennifer Hudson recently, and that's where Snoop revealed that he gave his daughter $1 million for her wedding.
So that was like, here, you can have this money, sweetheart. You can plan $1 million wedding, or you can plan $100,000 wedding and pocket the 900 and save it. Like that's what.
That's a good
Yeah.
point. Was it the $1 million and I'm not paying for a wedding?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Or I'll give you a 26-foot U-Haul full of weed in garbage bags. Would that come in at more than $1 million? If you stuff a 26-foot U-Haul, stuff it with black trash bags filled with ganja, would that be more than $1 million?
I have to think about it. Can you help me with the distribution network? I need a couple more people on that one.
What about all those dispensaries that thought they were going to have legalized recreational marijuana? Were they stocking up? Did they have like warehouses full of weed ready to go?
All I know is a couple of plane manufacturers had some canceled orders.
Guess who came out of an Arby's restaurant smiling yesterday?
That's a broad question. When was the last time you've been to Arby's?
Let me give you a hint. I beg your pardon.
Rose garden.
Well, that's the song when I was a kid. But I beg your pardon. With that clue, who was spotted coming out of an Arby's holding an Arby's bag yesterday?
Loretta Lynn?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't help me at all.
Come on.
I beg your pardon.
I beg your pardon.
I'm sorry, Lynn Anderson sang that.
Yeah, I beg your pardon. And this person with that clue, I beg your pardon.
Oh, who was
spotted?
Hunter.
What?
Hunter.
Yes, Hunter Biden spotted coming out of an Arby's.
Arby's, we have
the pardon.
Well,
yeah. Hunter Biden, fresh off his pardon, was seen coming out of a California Arby's with a sack full of food.
Enjoying a roast beef sandwich.
Yep. Gold-framed aviator sunglasses, a surf shop T-shirt, blue jeans, black baseball cap. You know what?
What does he have to worry about now, right? He's bulletproof.
I don't know. He can
go to Arby's anytime he likes.
The images of him with the hooker and the drugs and man, he said some weird stuff.
Can you imagine being at a party with him? I mean, what is he like?
Was that in his book where he was saying that like he has giant junk?
Yeah.
Wasn't
it?
Always worried about his junk comparing to other.
Yeah, what did he say? I mean,
It was a humble brag, that's for sure.
Who says this? I mean, keep your junk to yourself, or whoever gets to experience your junk. But what exactly did Hunter Biden? What was his actual? Was that in his memoir, in his book?
It sounds familiar, but it was one of those files I tried to delete from my brain.
So what did he say? I mean, what was it? Can you find the actual?
He attributes his junk obsession to body dysmorphia, and he goes on to say that he is, comes in at a 9-inch.
I mean, you're the one that asked, MJ.
I don't.
You're the one that kept pestering her to say.
I don't need the specific.
You said what exactly did he say in his book? She's telling you.
I'm going to tell you right now. He says, "I love to be reassured that my 9 a very large blank was actually big." So that's exactly what I described it. I described it accurately. Very big humble brag.
This content's making me uncomfortable.
It's making me uncomfortable. You just asked me for it. So what did he say? I'm telling you. He said, "It may sound funny to you, but it's body dysmorphia. I know my junk is almost twice the size of an average man's junk."
That's what. That's the quote
verbatim. I'm reading what he said.
That's the quote I remember. That's the quote I remember. Anyway,
he needed 2 pardons.
He was spotted coming out of an Arby's with junk food. Okay.
Have you ever met a guy who takes more nude selfies?
Oh my God!
That's all he does, and like weird stone selfies.
I'll tell you right now, Hunter got himself wrapped up in some stuff. He sounds like a great time to go out.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Can you imagine?
I was,
back in the day, picture you in your 20s. Would Hunter been your?
Hunter would be my best.
You want
friend?
You want to hit Ebor with Hunter?
I would go anywhere with Hunter. It sounds like he is the man. I mean, listen, it doesn't look good on paper and doesn't look good when your computer gets seized by the Russians or whatever happened.
It doesn't age well.
But
no,
you know what? Back before everything was on Facebook and Instagram, Hunter sounds like a great time. The best time ever.
All right, enough, Hunter. I just thought it was funny that he's coming out of Arby's, and Arby's slogan is
Arby's, we have the meat.
And apparently, he's made the claim that he has the meat as well.
Arby's, we have the meat.
Put it out there.
Hunter
anyway.
Biden, we have the meat.
My God.
Arby's, I'll tell you right now, Arby's is an underrated fast food restaurant.
Do you remember I showed up at a Christmas party with a bag of Arby's one time?
Yes.
Yeah, I went to pick up a car. We were getting delivery of a new car, and then I had to make an appearance at the Christmas party, and I was starved, and I passed an Arby's, and I hadn't had Arby's in a long time, and I started drooling and craving Arby's. So I walked into the Christmas party, and I proceeded to eat like a roast beef and cheddar.
Listen,
yeah.
I'm looking at the Arby's menu. They have no apologies here. Everything looks good on the Arby's menu. You get a little horsey sauce? Horsey sauce?
Lynn Spears, the mother of
Brittany.
Yeah, she's commenting, and she wishes her beautiful daughter Brittany a happy birthday, even though they've been estranged for years. And of course, Brittany's talking about the
baby strawberry, a very, very cute baby cake.
And talking about turning 5 years old and going to kindergarten, which is all normal and natural.
It's my birthday. I'm not turning 42. I'm turning 5 this year. I'm turning 5 years old. And I have to go to kindergarten tomorrow.
What the hell is she saying? And she wasn't turning 42. She's turning 43. Can't even get that straight. Man, I like Britney Spears. And I just wish her peace and happiness and mental health. But Lynn Spears said, happy birthday to my beautiful daughter, Brittany. You will always have that beautiful smile. Wishing you the happiest birthday ever, even though apparently they haven't talked in a very, very, very long time.
Speaking of singers and mothers, you heard who died.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Eminem's mother.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that.
Talk about rocky relationships with your mother.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, he mentions Debbie pretty viciously in some of his early work.
Oh,
but then she does make good spaghetti, or she doesn't. I don't know.
Oh, that's right. Mom's
spaghetti.
Yeah, because Eminem's spaghetti joint up in Detroit is called Mom's
Spaghetti.
Yeah, Mom's Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Debbie Nelson, Eminem's mother, she died of lung cancer.
That's sad.
69 years old.
Yeah, it's young. 69 years old.
Not when you're burning heaters left, right, and center.
What was it? Was she doing that?
Yeah, lung cancer.
Yeah. Well, no. Listen,
Some people get it and have never smoked.
Yeah, there are. That's really tragic.
sad.
Is people that get lung cancer and they have never smoked a cigarette in their life.
Like young people can get it sometime, in their 20s and 30s.
You know,
never
whether
smoked.
it's environmental or just genetic, and it happens. People get cancers that are not associated sometimes with what you'd associate that cancer with.
Living in a trailer park in Detroit half your life.
What, secondhand smoke? Is that
I think firsthand.
Okay. In her case, I
looks like a
We don't
menthol
know.
lady.
We don't know.
She looks like a menthol lady. She has the lines.
I think she's doing cool menthols. That was her. That was her stick.
You'd be mine.
How about the people that smoke until they're 90 and just like.
Yeah, I had a grandfather like that.
Yeah,
Hey,
me too. I've had relatives like that.
Michelle's grandmother. Michelle's grandmother was a. Hang on a minute. Let me see. Also, I got to get Michelle on. See if she's excited about mystery lunch.
Mystery meat lunch.
Yeah.
My grandfather lived into his 90s. My mother's father. He smoked L&M's.
Yeah. Why are you picking up the phone like frantically?
I'm not.
You were like, hello. It sounded frantic.
Okay, well, look up the word frantic in the dictionary.
Well, I just.
Hello!
It was a little frantic.
Yeah, it was someone. Hey, your grandmother lived to how old?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know.
She was like
90?
89, right?
Yeah, uh-huh.
So I think she was 89, and at one point for a large portion of her life, she smoked how many packs a day?
Oh, she didn't smoke packs a day.
Oh, I thought
she smoked a few cigarettes a day.
I thought she smoked like 3 packs a day, you told me. Are you sure?
Oh my God, no. No.
I thought you told me that she was like smoking.
I never said anything of the sort. You're fabricating.
I thought you told me
3
once she was.
packs a day.
I thought she told me that she was smoking like 3 cigarettes at a time sometimes.
How did she have time to eat?
Right. No, it's whatever you're saying is impossible.
But your grandmother.
She smoked a few cigarettes a day, and she had a beer every night.
But she smoked for like from a teenager all the way up until her like 70s, right?
No, like when she was maybe like late 50s, early 60s.
So she started late in life?
No.
No, she started smoking when she was like a teenager.
Yeah,
that's what he said.
And then she smoked all the way until she was about 60, maybe.
But here's an example. She never had lung issues.
Hold on. She
never had
So
lung
she
issues.
stopped at 60. So she lived the last 30 years smoke-free?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe the story's not quite as good now,
there
all right?
are old people. Yeah. There are some old-ass people who...
that do smoke 3
into their
packs a day.
90s.
Yeah.
They can't get enough of it.
Yeah, I remember like going to a cemetery and you see someone, that you look on their gravesite, tombstone, yes, and it says, they lived like to 95 or whatever, and then someone will put like cigarettes in their, as a memorial to them, like, oh, they wanted to have another cigarette. Oh, come on in.
No! I think I know what this is
Hold
about.
on, MJ. I asked Jackie to come in. I asked Jackie to come into the studio.
Hold on.
I sent her a text message this morning.
Grab that microphone.
Hold on, there we go.
Are you Michelle? Hold on a second. Jackie from our
promotions department,
office staff here,
office extraordinaire.
Jackie, are you responsible for that pathetic-looking Christmas tree in the lobby?
I absolutely am.
First of all,
when I pulled it out of the basement yesterday, I was looking for the stand, which did not find. So I leaned it up against the wall there and said, voila. It's just like everything else around here. It's a Beasley thing. It's leaning. It's like, it's got personality. What do you mean it's the worst Christmas tree you've ever seen? Everybody that still be here right now has to have personality. So let our tree be it be, okay? I got my styrofoam to jury rig it up here and then, but.
So what was the green ivy coming out of the back of the tree?
What is
personality? Didn't you hear?
There's like an unrelated green stalk of something coming out of the back of the leaning tree.
Wait. There is an ivy tree that's in a styrofoam bucket.
That you stuck in the tree?
I was going to take that out.
Yeah.
I was going to take that out of the bucket and use that as the stand, but it would not come out. So I'm like, all right, fine. Let's lean it up against you. So it's literally a ivy tree, one of those silk plants.
Did you
standing
know?
there.
Did you know that I posted this on my
I
Instagram?
heard you this morning,
Oh, you
matter of
did?
fact. Okay. So I was like in the car. I was like, I'm on my way to Target right now to get a tree stand. Okay, relax. Stop talking about my tree. Come on, it's worse than Charlie Brown tree. Okay, get off my tree. Okay,
All right.
thank you.
It's stage one of the tree.
All right, if you want to see the most pathetic Christmas tree in our lobby, go to my Instagram, go to Certified MJ Radio, and take a look at the video I shot at 5:30 this morning. Certified MJ Radio, that's Certified MJ Radio. Jackie, thank you for popping in.
Thank
you, Jackie.
Anytime,
and thank you
Jackie.
for caring enough to decorate and bring some Christmas cheer to this place.
Oh, man. I got to be honest. I think we could do without the cheer when you see the picture of this tree. All right.
All things being equal.
All right. So, Michelle, after our workout, I'm taking you on a surprise mystery lunch.
Boo.
Boo? What's that boo?
Oh,
Because you know what? This is the thing.
Yeah.
You'll say, I'm taking you on a surprise mystery thing, and you make it sound like it's something that I really want or enjoy or have been longing for, and we'll get there. It'll be like a mussels shop.
okay, so it's something I really want,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I'm taking
Always-
Michelle on the mystery tour.
But then you'll try to convince me that I wanted it too. And I'm like, no, I never said anything about, seafood or fish or whatever, because we know I don't eat it. But you will definitely try to convince me that I wanted it.
Dude,
So I'm curious.
That's the same premise I have when it comes to making out. You want this too, right? All right. So, do you know where you're going, Michelle? Because he hasn't given us any clues.
Nope, this is a mystery. I set something up, and
Which I hate, by the way, because I'm a creature of habit. Yeah. So what is my habit after we work out?
hey, Michelle. Oh, she likes to go home and make avocado toast and a fried egg.
Sounds great.
Yeah, that's like her jam.
Michelle, who has to set up lunch?
Yeah, and the thing is, it's very vague because he's like, it's not a place, it's not a restaurant.
But also,
It's
I'm not going to do the reveal, or it's. I hope it meets my expectations, and I hope it's good.
I know what it is.
I hope it's good.
I know what it is.
How do you know what it is?
I just figured it out because he said it's not a place.
No.
So some kind of weird chef role play, and he's gonna like wear a chef hat, and
Oh
then
my God.
he's gonna make something and cacio e pepe.
Are you trying to gross Michelle out?
Hey, Michelle.
Check out this.
What?
Michelle.
Catch my pepe. What?
Roll up for the mystery tour.
Yeah. Okay.
Roll up.
All right.
Roll up for the mystery tour. All
Because
right.
you know I'm a hard sell now. Like when I was, younger, I fell for it a lot.
Hey,
but
Michelle.
Now I don't.
Michelle.
What?
Michelle. The magical mystery tour is waiting to take you away. Take you away. Take you away.
I think I'll just be walking home from the gym.
Yeah, right? No kidding.
I don't have to get in that car with you.
Goodbye, sweetie.
Much like making out, she fell for it a lot more often when she was younger. Now, not as much. You can't get one by.
926 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Heads up. I guess I can say it. You want to listen for Kung Fu fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you can say it.
Yeah, the Santa Slay List continues sometime today. Listen for Everybody Was Kung Fu Fighting. A lot of people thought that we played it because it was in the promo that we ran for the contest. No, that was not the actual song.
That's the dumbest thing ever, to put the song
Yeah.
that's with the song in the promo. Who's in charge of promos
Guess what?
around here?
All the lines started ringing when we played the promo.
Let me tell you who's not in charge of promos. Me.
Yeah. All right. So listen for the actual whole real song to play. Kung Fu Fighting. Be caller 7. It'll happen sometime today, and win $1,000 here on Q105. The number is 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. And your chance to win $1,000. Just be caller 7 when Kung Fu Fighting plays from Santa's Slay List. A China Grove in Texas, and it really is down around San Antonio or San Antonio. Yeah, but the rest of the song is completely made up, though. All right, 9:35 at the MJ Morning Show, and the final segment of the MJ Morning Show here on a Thursday, tomorrow, Friday. This week went by pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. I saw this last night from the Associated Press. Nearly 30% of U.S. drugstores closed in 1 decade, according to a new study. I tell you what, you drive around, the number of closed CVS and Walgreens, man, there are a lot of those. And, I was over in Fort Lauderdale last Saturday visiting my dad, and I saw a bunch closed up there as well.
And once the building is built, it's like the old IHOPs. You always know where it was.
Or the old Pizza Huts that get turned into a law office. It's like, you want to just wander in there and want to know where's the pizza buffet.
I have a lawyer on Park Boulevard that operates out of one.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Old Pizza Hut.
Yes.
Or, like Taco Bells. There's like on Florida and Fowler. Florida, there's like an old Taco Bell on the corner there.
Joe's Diner.
Yeah, but you can tell that was an old Taco Bell, right?
It's a great place. It has the arched windows in it. It's a 24-hour diner. I love that place.
It's like a 1977 style Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But those CVS's and Walgreens, once they get repurposed.
A big high-profile one. What about the CVS that was at Kennedy and Dale Mabry? That thing is shut down. Oh, the red boxes are still outside, man. You roll up and grab those things out of the ground.
What are you doing?
We had a CVS in our neighborhood, and now it's a Dollar Tree. And I was so mad when the drugstore went away because I'm a big, me, I like drugstores.
Oh, they closed that one?
They closed that one. And I was like, oh, no. And I'm telling you, I couldn't be happier.
Can I say
Dollar
something?
Tree.
Can I say
love
something?
it. Yes.
This is CVS. Dun, Dum, 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 dum. This is CVS. Listen, you had Walgreens and CVS in that battle of the corners, and one would open up on one corner, then the other chain they'd get the other corner, and man, all over town, you still have the competing corners. And, well, Eckerd got blown out of the whole deal with the whole CVS and the Walgreens battle, right? Didn't Eckerd go bye-bye?
No. That's not how it was. Eckerd was acquired by CVS.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. I'm an Eckerd child, so.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And then
Ruth is her birth mother.
We don't have any Rite Aids here, though, right? Do we? We don't have Rite Aid.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
But
Maybe.
nearly 30% of U.S. drugstores have closed. You know what I think? You know what I really miss? I miss that old school independent pharmacy.
Yeah, you know where you find those is like in sleepy beach towns. I feel like they still have one on Davis Islands, right?
You can find one in Sleepy Beach Park, South Tampa Town.
Okay.
There's one on West Shore.
Yeah, you got West Shore Pharmacy. And, you walk in, they've got a certain smell.
Yeah, they do.
It's got you walk in, it's got like a 1975 smell, which is like so comforting, Yeah,
it's just all.
It's like comfort smell. It's like Fester. When Fester walks into a room and he's all ripe, it's a comfort smell.
Everybody feels better when I walk into a room smelling like I do.
But I remember up in Nanuet, New York, it was the coolest thing in the world. We had one of these. It's like Nanuet Pharmacy or something. It was right on what was that? Middletown Road in Nanuet, New York, 10954. I'm 6 years old. We moved out of Queens, moved out of Bayside when I was 3. We moved up Hudson River into Rockland County. And I just remember that my mom had this pharmacy. It was right next to Jolene Cleaners. And, this was an old school pharmacy where they had all the drugs on the shelf, all the over-the-counter stuff. And then they had like the Hallmark cards. They had toys for the kids as well. Then you had the old pharmacy counter with all the old wooden drawers behind. And behind the pharmacy counter, that's where the pharmacist kept all the Matchbox cars. And this is when the Matchbox little play cars came in the cardboard box, the rectangular box. And that was the biggest freaking treat in the world for me, is when my mom would take me to the pharmacy and I got a chance to get one of the little Matchbox cars out of the drugstore drawer. And the pharmacist would say, "Oh, come on around." And he'd open up the drawers. And for some reason, he kept all the Matchboxes in there for the kids. And the kids would come around the back and get to pick the Matchbox out of like these old wooden pharmacist drawers. And that, to me, listen, it's made an impression. Here I am, 50 years later. Are you on Middletown? Where are you?
So here's my friend here. I went to high school with this guy, right?
Right.
He has a great law firm on Park Boulevard.
Frank Discola?
Frank DeCassola.
Frank DeCassola.
Yeah, I went to high school with him.
Okay.
Super great guy.
Yeah.
I see him every now and then.
Right.
And then right next door, boop.
It's an old Pizza
There's
Hut.
the old Pizza Hut, the Lotus Vegan Restaurant.
That's a nice sign they have. Would they make that on a Saturday morning?
I don't know.
With crayons?
I don't know. I've never been to the Lotus Vegan. Yeah, right there on Park Boulevard, old Frank DeCassola's place.
And I just thought it was interesting. 30% of drugstores closed. Look at the number.
Sure.
They just overbuilt. And you know what's happening with the advent of Amazon and having stuff delivered to your front door, a lot of the over-the-counter stuff has been replaced.
A lot of the CVS, Walgreens stuff has always been disproportionately expensive.
And that's the other. I was just about to say that you pick just an over-the-counter item and you compare the Walgreens or the CVS price to walking into Walmart.
I'm in a Walmart anyway. I mean,
I've seen things that are like $4 cheaper, same damn item.
So, I mean, it's super high price.
That crap's going to catch up with you.
Yeah.
And they just overbought too many CVS's and Walgreens just all over the place.
Yeah.
So that's why you're seeing a lot of these corners, a lot of these stores that are closed down and abandoned.
You just said Jolene, the Jolene Cleaner.
Yeah,
or whatever.
the Jolene Dry Cleaners.
Jolene Dry Cleaners. And then, like you, I'm getting this really crazy habit every time a word with song lyrics pops into my head. So I started singing Jolene.
Oh, by Dolly Parton.
Jolene. And I heard that song the other day when we were traveling back from in the car on the road trip. And if you listen to that is the saddest song. Have you ever listened to it?
So, I know the song.
I mean,
but
like, really listen to it? It's
She
sad.
pours her heart out, Jolene.
Ah.
You want to hear something interesting?
Yeah.
Jolene Cleaners. Fester, go see if Jolene Cleaners is still in Nanuet, New York. Jolene Cleaners. Middletown Road. They can't still be there 52 years later.
Jolene Cleaners, Middletown, Nanuet, New York. Jolene Cleaners has a...
They're still there?
4 reviews. Yeah, right there.
They're
Jolene
still
Cleaners.
there? Oh, my God. They're still there. 243 South Middletown Road, Nanuet, New York, 10954.
What do you want? Dry cleaning, executive laundry, pickup delivery, alterations?
That's the thing. So Jolene Cleaners had free pickup and delivery. And the guy in his, that old, like, creepy 1960s, like, Ford van.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was a Dodge van. It was that old, creepy, like the Mystery Machine at a Scooby-Doo looking thing, right? So the guy that used to deliver was this nice guy, and he had a crew cut. He had one of those real, like, carpet-feeling crew cuts, like a military crew cut. And I remembered that I wanted to touch it. I wanted to feel this guy's crew cut. And
you wanted to touch another man's hair?
So hang on. So he bends down. He's at our side door at our laundry room. Mom's getting the dry cleaning. And I'm like commenting on his, oh my God, can I feel your hair? So he leans down. I touch his hair. My hand smelled like that guy's hair for 6 months. I could not get his hair smell out of my hand. The Jolene Cleaners delivery guy with the crew cut circa 1974. My God, unbelievable. All right. 9:43 at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, speaking of smells, Miller High Life is releasing a perfume that smells like a dive bar.
Ew.
Is it
That's like my least favorite smell.
Is that like the old, sticky, stale beer smell?
Yeah, it's like the cigarettes and the upholstery
Or when
from
you
years ago and the sticky floor.
It's the sticky floor.
Sticky floor.
It's like the bar back, or if you have a bar that has like a vinyl floor or something, and you get that, you kind of stick. So, believe it or not, for those who want to smell like a old, seedy, smoky bar, Miller High Life has released a new cologne that's meant to smell like a dive bar for $60 a bottle. Are you kidding me? So they're not calling it a perfume. They're calling it a barfume. It's Miller High Life barfume that smells exactly like a dive bar.
Yeah. You know what? I want to smell it.
You know what? I do too. Yeah, so here it is. They wanted to recreate the bar counter tobacco and leather smell of like those worn-in leather bar stools. But also, I think of that certain odor of like the old stale beer that's just on the floor that they haven't mopped in like 8 months. That's the smell that I think of. So if you want to smell like a dive bar, go hunt down the new Miller High Life Barfume at $60 a bottle. Where can you buy this thing?
Probably an online only thing. It's probably a limited run.
Oh, available at Saks and Nordstrom.
Oh,
yeah.
Sure.
Oh, available at Neiman Marcus.
I'm sure.
Yes. Go to Neiman Marcus at International Plaza later today.
Let me call my shopping concierge and tell her.
Go to the Chanel counter and ask, hey, where's the Miller High Life Barfume?
Yeah, let me ask all those researchers in their laboratory coats at the Clinique counter.
Oh, boy. All right. So, that's a nice stocking stuffer, I guess. I think we're done. 9:46 at the MJ Morning Show. Heads up for Kung Fu Fighting when that plays from Santa's Sleigh List later today.
When's it going to play? When's it going to play?
Whenever that song plays, be the 7th caller, and you will win $1,000 cash from Q105 at 104.7 FM. It's guaranteed. And again, remember, 7:30 every morning, I announce the song to listen for, like I did this morning at 7:30, and I said everybody was Kung Fu Fighting. When you hear it, caller 7 grabs a grand. Folks, have a great day. If you need to get a hold of me, my private email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. My Instagram is Certified MJ Radio. Go see the pathetic Christmas tree in our lobby. I'm telling you. You want to see a video of the Christmas tree that I walked into this morning at 5:30 in the lobby? Holy schnit. Unbelievable. This is the worst Christmas tree you've ever seen, guaranteed. Certified MJ Radio is my Instagram. My DMs are open if you want to DM me on Instagram. And, of course, follow the show Instagram at MJ Morning Show. So on Instagram, the show Instagram is MJ Morning Show. Folks, have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. And let's be careful out there.